Yo, what's going on, everybody? We are back, man. We are back. Sunday night football, man. Told you we weren't gonna be too far away. Yep, man. Sunday night football, Ravens, Bengals. Definitely should be a banger. Two young quarterbacks, division rivals. It's always been a tough battle ever since I could remember with the Bengals and the Ravens. Should be a good one. Bengals and Ravens pretty much in the same spot. I believe both teams are 2-2. Really having an underwhelming year for each other so far. Ravens defense is terrible. The Bengals offensive line is terrible. But both quarterbacks can make some plays, so definitely should be a good one. Definitely had a good week of football today. We just coming off of about an hour ago, ending our stream between the Eagles and the Cardinals. Eagles defense held on, forced the Cardinals into a field goal. Kicker missed the field goal wide right, and that's all she wrote. So definitely a good win by the Eagles. They're still undefeated. But yeah, man. So we here for the Sunday night football game. Definitely go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel. This is what we're gonna be doing all season long. Once they actually get the once they actually come back from commercial break, we'll go ahead and get the live audio in here and take it from there. But yep. So let me see here. Make sure I got that together. Make sure I got all my stuff together. Make sure all my stuff is set up. Let's see here. Make sure a few of my other things. You. I know I gotta make sure all my back end stuff is straight before we start. All right. Yep. So another maybe minute or two, they should be kicking off. Let me know in the chat who y'all got winning this game. Me personally, I got the Baltimore Ravens winning. I definitely got to be in a high scoring game. I got a 35-31 Ravens. The Ravens done lost five straight at home, and that's not normal for a Baltimore Ravens team. So I definitely expect the offense to get going. I expect the defense to finally catch up and start pulling their weight on the team. Um, Bengals, I got Jamar Chase going crazy. He always goes crazy against Marlon Humphreys in his defense. So I don't see the reason why it would be any different. So I definitely got a big game from the Ravens, from Lamar Jackson. I got, Joe Burrow having a spectacular game. But I got the Ravens winning this one, 35-31. So once we come back from commercial break, we'll go ahead and get the game audio in and get started. Let me know in the chat who y'all got winning the game too. All right, here we go.
NBC Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
Let me know how the audio sounds you guys in too.
Style. It's how you tell the world who you are and what you're about. It's what
Got
makes you.
dinner going on a little
you.
late. Excuse me.
Yeah, I'm talking about this.
Oh my God, man, that brother clean. Look at him.
But I'm also talking about this.
Lamar Jackson. Joe Burrow and the Bengals. Spectacular. Electrical. Masterful. Touchdown.
My guy, so cool. It's all about that quiet confidence.
He has the most embraceable cockiness of any young quarterback.
Led his cats to the big game last year. Now they're working their way back into form, and look at Stone Cold doing it too. Now Lamar,
Marvelous.
he's just an artist.
Into the end zone.
You can't fit his style into a category. He's out here creating a new one, evolving the game, redefining for the next generation what a QB can be. That's no small task, man. In sports, in music, in anything. But it's a beautiful vision to behold, am I right? Save the MVP talk for December. Right now, it's Joe Cool and LJ on Sunday night.
That is cool. It's the music and the voice of Grammy-winning rap artist Kid Cudi, and his song Burrow is playing in the background, named after the Bengals quarterback who's ready to take on Lamar and the Ravens. For more on Baltimore, here's Melissa Stark.
Mike, the Ravens may be 2-2, but they've only trailed for 14 seconds in their 2 losses. Both came here at home in stunning fashion. They led the Dolphins by 21 in week 2. They led the Bills by 17 last week. Head coach John Harbaugh said he's not worried. He told us despite the blown leads, he has seen signs of improvement. Cornerback Marlon Humphrey told us the message for the defense, we need to forget about the offense, focus on our job, and finish games. The offense will get a big boost tonight. All-pro left tackle Ronnie Stanley finally back in the starting lineup nearly 2 years after suffering a severe left ankle injury. He's missed 31 of the Ravens' past 32 games. It's been a long road to recovery for Stanley, who underwent 3 surgeries to repair his ankle. He told us he feels much better now. Harbaugh said, Ronnie looks like Ronnie, and tonight he's ready to go.
Huge return, Melissa, for John Harbaugh. Year 15, third longest tenured coach in the NFL. And on the opposite sideline, it's Zach Taylor, who's still the third youngest head coach in the league, even though it's his 4th year as the Bengals boss. Baltimore won the toss, deferred the option. Cincinnati will receive. Crystal clear day, full moon tonight. Temperature will be in the 50s when all is said and done. There's the best of the business. Justin Tucker to kick off. Chris Evans back to receive for Cincinnati. For the division lead, Ravens, Bengals. And off we go. Baltimore.
They both 2-2, correct?
It's been all year.
Yeah, they both 2-2.
Yet
There we
for
go.
the Bengals. So that brings out the Cincinnati offense.
Joe Burrow, LSU.
Joe Mixon, Oklahoma.
Jamar Chase, LSU.
Tyler Boyd, Pitt.
T. Higgins, Clemson. Hayden Hurst, South Carolina.
Jonah Williams, Alabama.
Cordell Volson, North Dakota State.
Ted Karras, Illinois.
Alex Capper, Lumberjack Iron.
Lael Collins, LSU.
An offensive line reworked. 4 new starters. Not good the first 2 weeks, good the last 2. To Jamar Chase right away. And the offensive rookie of the year last year. 11 yards on first down.
They're going right at him.
Jamar Chase off the line to help make the stop. Joe Burrow, the number 1 pick in 2020. He was here week 5 of that rookie season, lost to the Ravens, but he came back last year. And look at the numbers. These are the 2 starts against Baltimore. 941 for yards, most by 1 player against 1 team in a season in league history. Headlined by 525 yards in their second meeting back in Cincinnati. After a gain of 11 to Chase again. This time he didn't go far. Marcus Peters, the 8th-year veteran over there to shut it down and maybe even lose a yard.
You think the Bengals are trying to bring back ghosts of Christmas past here 2 in a row out to Jamar Chase just to remind them of what he did to them last year.
Marcus was all over that.
Time Marcus Peters up there to make the stop.
He was all over that.
Chase is getting all the attention. They get him the ball early to start tonight. Three plays, 3 pass attempts out of the backfield. Joe Mixon works the sideline. Patrick Queen pushes him out before 3rd down. Here's the Baltimore defense.
Marcus Washington, Texas Tech.
Calais Campbell, the U.
Adolphe Owen, Penn State.
Josh Bonds, War Eagle.
Patrick Queen, LSU. Jason Pierre-Paul, South Florida.
Marcus Peters, Oakland, California.
Pepe Williams, Houston.
Chuck Clark,
Virginia Tech.
Marcus Williams, University of Utah.
Marlon Humphrey, Alabama.
Those big names in the secondary, it's shocking to say, they're last in passing yards
3rd and 4.
in the NFL. Bottom 3rd in points allowed through 4 weeks. Samaje Perine in the back, 3rd and 4.
Damn, got right to him.
Burrow hit as he throws
That O-line is terrible.
Trying to get it to Chase.
O-line is terrible, man. They can't even
Matabike
protect him.
inside brought some of the heat, and after one first
I
down,
hope Joe Burrow is at
Cincinnati
least
will take
healthy
it
at the
away.
end of the year, so they can go ahead and get paid.
Pressure's always going to come up the middle with this football team. They're trying to go directly at Joe Burrow, a little shortest path, and they get there that time. Big Calais Campbell able to break that one up.
So Kevin Huber will kick it. A veteran in his 14th year with the Bengals. Not his best kick. Did not have a good week a couple of weeks ago. Devin
All right, here goes
Huber
Lamar
was back,
Jackson.
never got close to him, and the Ravens are going to take over at around the 28-yard line. Just 30 yards on the punt, and Lamar Jackson, the Ravens offense.
All right, so Ravens hold on. Don't even allow one first down on that drive. So good defense by the Ravens. They're getting that pressure up the middle. That's why I really do think the Ravens going to go ahead and win this game, man, because it's always easy to get pressure up the middle and throw Joe Burrow off his path. Get a couple sacks, get the defense some rhythm going on for the rest of the season. So I definitely got these guys, having a big day today. Let me see what this lighting looking like, man. How y'all like my lighting so far? Let me see. Let me cycle through and see what it. No, I don't like that. That's too dark. I definitely don't like that. I guess we'll keep it there. I'm gonna probably about our next stream. I had some light post here to flash some lights on the wall, so it'll look a little different in here. I'm just trying to really get the lighting right. Oh, here we go. We back.
Joe Burrow and the Bengals with one first down on that opening drive. All four plays in the air, and now another Heisman Trophy winner will take over. He was taken at the end of the first round. Lamar Jackson in his 5th year out of Louisville. After the poor punt of 28 yards, they start from the 30. And Lamar swings at his favorite target, Mark Andrews.
It's a face mask, too.
Andrews gets about 7 yards. As about a half dozen Bengals try to bring him down. Good gain on first down. It's been a lot of good passing games from Lamar Jackson. What a great start. 11 touchdown passes, tied for the league lead coming into the week. 9th in rushing yards. This is 54th career start. First one came here against the Bengals in 2018. He got the Ravens to the playoffs that year. Won the MVP the next season. And has been one of those elite quarterbacks in the league since. Fans were unhappy with the Bengals crowding around Andrews up by his face mask, but no call, just the gain of 7.
Yes, sir. Sonic.
J.K. Dobbins is the running back.
Good run, J.K. Okay, J.K. Good run.
That's first down at the
Good run.
40-yard
All
line.
right, J.K.
His ACL at the end of 2021, and they are very excited to have him back in the lineup. They're missing Justice Hill tonight, who's out with a hamstring injury.
I'll tell you, first things first, watching Ronnie Stanley bounce around out there at the left tackle position gives you a lot more hope if you're the Baltimore Ravens, because he looks good. It's not a limp. It's not a gimp. It's not any of those things. He looks like Ronnie Stanley again coming off the ball.
Snap ends up hitting, but is fielded finally by Devin Duvernay. Goes down the
Damn,
sideline.
ain't got 10 yards off of that. Good play.
Turns into a big game.
Good play.
Duvernay, a dozen yards and a first down. Could have been disaster. Instead, it's a dozen.
It's interesting. It
That's
looked
a good
like
play.
Linderbaum was a little late, that there was some movement on that offensive line, and Devin Duvernay said, what the heck was that? And picked it up. But Devin Duvernay's had a heck of a season so far, and his good fortune continues there.
So they avoid the false start. They avoid the fumble. And they get 12 yards out of it with Duvernay. He's the top receiver tonight. No Rashad Bateman out with a foot injury. The Bengals side of the midfield.
Action.
Lamar first down throw. Into the
Duvernay.
hands of Duvernay. Planned this time. Gain of 10 or 9. Shy of the first
Offense
down.
look good.
And
This
here is
Ravens
that
offense
Baltimore
look good.
Lamar Jackson, Louisville.
J.K. Dobbin, the Ohio State University.
Pat Ricard, Maine.
Demarcus Robinson, Florida.
Devin Duvernay, Texas.
Mark Andrews, Oklahoma. Ronnie Stanley, University of Notre Dame.
Bennett Powers, Oklahoma.
Tyler Linderbaum, Iowa. Kevin
Good
Zettler,
run.
Wisconsin.
Good run.
Moses, Virginia.
Good run.
They went to the left side and clear a path for Dobbins, who picks up the first down as the Ravens jump the ball. Went no huddle there. Good opening drive here for Baltimore as they'll change some personnel now.
Yeah, and J.K. Dobbins coming back off of a knee injury as well. He was telling us most people that come off those knee injuries can't extend. He said, for me, it's the flexibility trying to go backwards. And he said, I'm still over 20 miles an hour running out there, so the best is still to come for J.K. Dobbins.
Interesting, no pure running back, halfback in there at the moment. It's a pitch to Duvernay with Ricard and Stanley.
He is balling right now. They get Duvernay going. He's balling right now.
To get to the edge, have a nice opening drive going here. A gain of 12 there.
Duvernay has a career high so far in touchdowns, and we'll watch his lead back, Patrick Ricard, out in front of him. So you get your kick returner in the backfield, toss him the football, get Ronnie Stanley, and check out that block on the edge by Patrick Ricard, a 300-pound fullback. I don't think
300-pound
Chove
fullback.
Awuzie was too happy to see.
Same deal here. No Dobbins or his backups, Kenyon Drake. No traditional back in there. Tylan Wallace is the move man. Lamar on the edge. Jackson.
You just throw it away.
Gets rid of it.
Throw it
As he
away.
was pursued.
Good play.
Mike Hilton, who's the slot corner for the Bengals, got over there to get in Lamar's face.
That was a tremendous play that time by Mike Hilton. He was basically blitzing inside, saw what was coming, and able to get back outside in order to contain the speedster Lamar Jackson. That was a special play.
Good defense, too, by
One of the better
by
slot
the Bengals.
corners in the league. So good in this division with Pittsburgh his first 4 years. And part of the theme, Cincinnati's picked up some veteran guys, and Lou Anarumo, the defensive coordinator on the left
Second
side,
and 10.
takes their best skills and fits them into this very solid Cincy defense. Second and 10, Jackson in the middle, incomplete, trying to get to James Prochet. He's only played 10 snaps of offense, and he'll step up a role because of the injuries at wide receiver tonight.
Mike, one of the things you have to do when you play Lamar Jackson is not rush four guys. So the Bengals here with 5, and why do you do that? That's to fill up those run lanes. So as much as you don't want to play against him in the passing game, you certainly do not want him stepping up and through. I think when he gets past your outside pass rushers and steps up, that's when he's most dangerous.
This is 3rd and 10. Dobbins out of the backfield. Lamar throws and is complete.
Yeah, short though.
Gain.
Short though.
As the tight end, Isaiah Likely, the rookie out of Coastal Carolina, was cutting across.
All right, so good job by the Ravens. They got to settle for the field goal, though.
Goal attempt coming.
So let's take a look at how. Here's the 5th rusher, and watch him. He's going to run right into Lamar Jackson. So that's been the key so far for the Cincinnati Bengals. They have to try to contain the mobility first of Lamar Jackson.
So the most accurate kicker in the history of the National Football League, Justin Tucker, that battery around him has changed a little bit over the last few years. Here he is from 37 yards.
Good kick, as usual.
And what else is new? Tucker keeps his streak going, knocks through the field goal.
All right, so Ravens get off the field with 3 points. Had a good drive going. Bengals were able to stifle them before they got in the red zone. So not bad though. It's just definitely not a bad drive, not a bad start. Little quick commercial break. Oh, let me update the score. Let's see here. Oh, my bad. I want to see what the fuss was about these past couple of weeks about the Ravens defense, because I mean, from what I seen, at least from the first drive, they actually look good. They actually look really good. So I want to see what this offense can do against this Ravens defense. I mean, the Bengals got Jamar Chase, Tyler Boyd, T. Higgins. What's my other man name? Joe Mixon. The Bengals got a backup rookie running back too. That's pretty good, and they got a really strong tight end core. So I definitely see them putting up some points against the Ravens defense if it's that shabby. But we'll see. Oh, why is my stuff off? Why is my stuff off like this? Goodness. Huh. I'm gonna have to stop. I'm gonna stop turning it. I'm over here struggling with this mic, man.
Star Camila Cabello joining Blake and Gwen and John. Don't miss the new season of The Voice, Mondays and Tuesdays at 8/7 Central on NBC, and then it streams the next day on Peacock. New defensive coordinator here in Baltimore, Mike McDonald, a great family trade. He was with Jim Harbaugh and Michigan last year, helped that defense get to the college football playoff, and then he comes back to John Harbaugh here in Baltimore. That's where his career had started. He had worked his way up as a linebackers coach here. Hey, Bengals fans, it's the first kickoff return of the year. Haven't had one all year, and it's a good start with
good kick. Good kick return.
He takes it across the 30-yard
Back to the 30.
line.
Not too bad.
To the
Ain't
31.
bad at all.
Just an oddity. The Cincinnati Bengals' first 4 games, no kickoff returns, but it's good field position for Joe Burrow in the offense.
Yeah, so far, Mike McDonald in that first drive, don't know what he learned at Michigan from Jim, maybe a few more zone defenses, because they came out no man-to-man. They're not up and challenging these receivers the way they did a season ago.
All right. 1st and 10 for the Bengals.
Tyler Boyd in motion, a toss to Joe
Damn,
Mixon. Cincinnati
they is there on Joe Mixon. Goodness gracious.
Not that way. Loss
He ain't got no blocking.
and Jason Pierre-Paul in his second game as a Raven on the
I don't know how the Bengals did it all
You
these
got it right.
daggone,
Oweh was
all
the
those
guy
games
that
last
has to
season
come
without an
out
O-line.
and get this thing contained, and he
They're
does
supposed
it
to have been
perfectly.
upgraded
As
this
soon as
O-line.
Mixon cuts back upfield, here comes the cavalry over there. So he got his job done. Oweh, a heck of an athlete. He's been forced into a lot more coverage than I think they'd like to have him do. He's probably their best pass rusher left on the field.
Jamar Chase all over the place.
Jamar Chase in the backfield.
Inside of
Goodness gracious. He stopped. This is crazy. This defense is flying around.
And it will be 3rd and long for
Man.
Cincinnati.
Yeah, that time Jason Pierre.
I wonder if the O-line that the Bengals got making this defense look good. But these guys are flying to the ball.
Yes, Boyd was there, but no way he was handling JPP.
JPP, he couldn't grab him. He ain't got no fingers.
Run it on the first drive.
He tried to grab him. JPP ain't got no fingers on that hand. That's messed up.
Samaje Perine in the back. Ravens bring 4.
Damn, they on Joe. Goodness gracious. Goodness.
A long-time Giant last 4 with the Buccaneers. Sacks Burrow, and it's a quick 3 and out.
Disappointing start to the season for Lyle Collins of the Cincinnati Bengals.
Yeah, he been playing like trash. He got beat like a damn drum.
Entire offensive
He got beat like a
line,
damn drum.
No match for Jason Pierre-Paul, who almost got the ball out as well.
Bad first punch for Huber. His second one is a lot better.
Damn.
It's 52 yards. Fielded by a good return man, Duvernay. Trying to find some blocks on the wall.
Oh, they go down, bro.
Right.
They ain't even worth it.
Nowhere to go. Recovered by Stanley Morgan on special teams.
All right, so Ravens shut them down again, man. The Bengals can't do nothing. This O-line is not holding up. They might have to go some max protect or something like that. Quick commercial break. Ravens up 3-0. Bengals O-line not holding on whatsoever. This is actually our first time tuning into a Ravens game. I'm sure it won't be the last. But we even seen I think we did the Bengals and Dolphins maybe 2 Thursdays ago. And the Dolphins D-line was getting after Joe Burrow. So I can only imagine with divisional game, you definitely gonna have some of these guys from the Ravens, getting through this O-line of the Bengals. But they definitely got to go ahead and protect Joe Burrow a lot better, because you're gonna lose your franchise quarterback before he really even gets started. Just like the situation that they had with Andy Dalton. Not with Andy Dalton, Drew Luck. I'm sorry, Andrew Luck from the Indianapolis Colts. His career ended early because they failed to get him an O-line. Andrew Luck was nice. Matter of fact, I would say Andrew Luck and Joe Burrow was almost like this. They're definitely similar. They're definitely they're definitely both hell of quarterbacks. But you got to do something to protect Joe Burrow. This doesn't look good at all. This is already his second or third sack in the game. It's still the first quarter. Let me see here. We back.
Brought to you by Geico. Tour the Inner Harbors, Stark City in our country. Where Ronnie Stanley told you one game the last 2 years, comes back, plays the series, but now he is on the bench.
Damn, they benched Ronnie Stanley
at left tackle.
I wonder why they benched him.
Baltimore, and you see there's been a carousel at left tackle the first 5 games. The 32-yard line, Dobbins to the left, got a nice block.
Damn, JK looked good, man. JK looked good. JK Dobbins looked good.
For the third-year man out of Ohio State.
Oh, I forgot he was Ohio State, too.
A good start there by McCary. He's going to come down, seal that block down inside. So far, it has been the Ravens really dominating this game as far as making the big plays. When we watch the tape of some of the things that happened last year, it was a low scoring, not a whole lot happening. Then the Bengals sort of exploded in the second half, but so far in this one, the Ravens have control.
Officially the game 17, Lamar Jackson flushed to the right. Scanning, nothing there. He'll throw it.
Goodness gracious, man.
And incomplete.
The secondary definitely got these guys on lock.
Sam Hubbard, The Ohio State University.
Another
Charles
Ohio
Pico,
State.
Colorado.
Buckeye.
BJ Hill, NC State.
Trey Hendrickson, FAU.
Logan Wilson, Wyoming.
GP Money, High Point, North Carolina.
Eli Apple, Ohio State University.
Ohio
Mike
State.
Hilton, Ole Miss.
Vaughn Bell, The Ohio State University.
Another Ohio
Jesse
State
Bates III,
player.
Wake Forest.
Chillabed, I was Colorado.
That's crazy how many
Lou
NFL
Anarumo
players
is
they
their
got.
defensive coordinator. You see how good they
Like a
have been
pipeline.
the
Them,
last 2
Alabama,
games plus
Georgia.
somewhat anonymous in terms of star quality for the defense, but they made a name for themselves in the playoffs last year.
Damn, they sent the
Pressure on
blitz,
Jackson
knocked
there.
it down.
The pass knocked down at the line of scrimmage. Trey Hendrickson screaming in at Jackson.
3rd and 10.
When they get the Ravens in some of these second and long, third and long situations, they come up with 6 men along the front. And
I mean,
basically
who was supposed
that
to be
created
blocking them?
a zero coverage in the back and nobody to block their best pass
Nobody
rusher in
blocked
Trey Hendrickson. So you might see it again here on 3rd and long because they don't mind if he just checks it down. They're up.
They're going to block left.
Kenny Drake is the back. On 3rd down, Jackson tries to get out of the pocket but can't
Another
get away
sack.
from Sam Hubbard. There's a flag down back in the secondary, however.
Up. Illegal contact.
Hubbard got the
You know what that
pressure
means.
inside, but that flag sitting back there.
You know what that means. Illegal
25
contact.
yards from where Lamar went down.
Pass interference.
Scott Novak is our referee tonight.
Illegal contact.
Holding. Defense number 22.
Crazy. Who's that? Eli Apple? That Eli Apple holding?
It's on their best corner,
Oh.
Chidobe Awuzie, and the drive stays
Awuzie.
alive for the Ravens.
Interesting. Chidobe Awuzie in there playing against Mark Andrews, the tight end. Awuzie is also their best cover guy, so they now consider Andrews to be that
my
one guy
goodness.
that they have to stop. But you saw the hook right before
1st
the
and
cut.
10. Penalties to cost you.
It was a perfect sequence for the Bengals up front and gave it all back.
From the 46-yard line, it'll be Lamar Jackson keeping, using that speed to get to the edge. And dumps his shoulder into Eli Apple.
Okay.
As he's escorted to the sideline at the 38-yard
Oh,
line.
my God. Another
They put a
penalty.
flag. Looks like it's going to be a hold on Baltimore and bring this one back.
Hold, man. Just messed up a perfect situation.
Holding. Offense number 65. 10-yard penalty. First down.
They killing themselves.
Carry over that left tackle spot.
They killing themselves. You didn't have to hold. You didn't have to do it.
Yep.
You didn't have to do it.
Official analysis. Yep, that was a hold.
We continue to look at Stanley over there on the sideline. No athletic trainers looking at him at the moment. There was one over there earlier. But,
1st and 20.
just read body language in his face. It didn't look like he's a guy who's jumping in there the next series. Keep a close eye on that. Jackson fakes it.
Pass
Now it's
interference,
nothing
ain't it?
open. The Cincinnati defense was all over that.
That
J.K.
ain't pass
Dobbins
interference?
is trying to get free to become the eligible receiver, but it's incomplete.
Really good job on the outside by Sam Hubbard. He saw that all the way, understood on that 1st and very long. They might try and come back with a screen of some kind. I tell you, Sam Hubbard is just a really sharp football
balling.
player. He understands
definitely
the game.
balling.
Oh, may have gotten away with a little something there as well. But watching him play the run a week ago was really something. And he is so key to shutting down Lamar Jackson. They are putting a lot on his shoulders to stay square and not let Lamar get outside of him.
2nd and 20. Jackson
Pass to the flat.
Duvernay.
Right to Duvernay.
He's pushed to the sideline
Go
quickly
5,
by
6 yard
Logan
game.
Wilson, who does a
3rd and
really
long.
good job. Wilson
Y'all know what happens on 3rd and
inside
long.
linebackers. Wilson
Nothing
out of
good.
Wyoming shows up a lot when you watch the Bengals D.
You know, we talked about Lamar Jackson in the open, but this Ravens team has spent the least amount of money on receivers of any team in the National Football League. And then you take out arguably their best in Rashad Bateman, who's out with a foot injury. And so now it really falls to some of these other guys, Devin
That's
Duvernay,
ridiculous.
James Crochet, DeMarcus Robinson, to make plays for Lamar Jackson.
3rd and 15 for Jackson looking deep. Everything's covered. He tries to escape.
Oh,
and a great
man,
play
he tried to get
by
out.
Hendrickson.
He tried to get out.
About to hit that next gear, and the brakes were put on by 91 in white, and Baltimore will punch it away.
He tried to get out that pocket too.
So interesting. Now they go to just a 3-man rush and do what they did against Kansas City last year, which is drop back 8 people in coverage. But Hendrickson able to recover and come.
He was definitely about to take off too. Good. He was about to take off.
Brings up 4th and 11. Good rush here on the rookie Jordan Stout out of Penn State.
Good punt.
Fair catch signaled by Trent Taylor inside the 10. It'll be a long
Ball at the 9.
The third Cincinnati drive of this opening.
All right, so Ravens can't get nothing going, man. You know, their O-line is being dominated by the defensive line. So it might be one of those days. It's going to be probably a lot of punts. You know, hopefully, selfishly for me, I need Lamar Jackson to do something, put up some points. I need this W in my fantasy football league. You know, I'm already down by 16, 17, so, you know, definitely need something from him. But once we come back from a commercial break, the Bengals have had the ball at their own 9-yard line. See if they can go ahead and make anything, make something happen. They've been stagnant their first 2 drives. Oh man. Little quick commercial break right now. Hopefully these damn commercials are end anytime soon. All right, here we go.
Bengals, the offensive line, protect the franchise. So they retooled. Here are the numbers of Joe Burrow. 70 times sacked, if you include the postseason. Haven't seen that in 20 years. So got to fix it up front. And they went under the hood. They brought in Volson and Karras and Kappa and Collins. The last 3 via free agency. Jonah Williams is the holdover. And the first 2 weeks, it wasn't rolling down the road pretty smoothly. But the last 2 weeks, better. 2 sacks, 1 sack. When we talked to Zach Taylor, the coach of the Bengals, he said, not all those sacks in the first 2 games were the offensive line's fault. Joe's got to protect himself and get rid of it a little bit quicker at times. And I think we saw that in the last couple of games against the Jets and the Dolphins.
Well, they need to do it again. He's been under severe pressure.
Yep, QB draw.
Quarterback draw with Burrow, who will slide after a gain right around to the 12-yard line or so.
4-yard gain.
Brett Urban
3-4-yard gain.
There.
Not too bad.
What's your assessment of that first month of the Bengals offensive line, Chris?
I think they've got a ways to go. You look at the running game numbers, and Joe Mixon's averaging 2.7 yards per carry. They've been giving up quite a few sacks. Jonah Williams with 4.
That's definitely the reason why Joe Mixon hasn't been as effective. The O-line trash.
Another one here tonight to make 2. So
it's definitely a run.
You're hoping for
definitely
better when
Joe
you
Mixon run.
retool.
The game officially of 2 to Chase. Incomplete.
He overshot it.
Came out of the backfield for the second time.
He overshot Jamar Chase when that coming out of the flat.
Incomplete. It'll bring up 3rd down again.
Dafe Owe that time saw Chase coming out, and he hooked him coming out of the backfield. You can see right there, but no call, no foul.
It's within the 5 yards. You can put hands on him.
Cincinnati 9
3rd and 8.
9 yards.
You know how I feel about these 3rd and longs. They don't end well.
Ravens showing pressure for the first time. They do that to try and create one-on-one matchups all the way across.
So comes from the edge as well. Burrow protected. Gets it out to his tight end, Hayden Hurst. The
Come on, Hayden.
Cannot advance. Marcus Peters.
Come on, Hayden.
Takes him out of bounds. And back
3
to
and
back,
out.
3 and outs for Cincinnati.
3 and out.
Some doubts as to whether Marcus Peters was going to be able to play or not. Had that quad injury, but he has been making some big plays thus far on the edge. And Marcus Peters, probably the best zone player they have in that defensive secondary. When they're
3 and out for the
shifting
Bengals.
that, and now you're get to see Duvernay.
Another 3rd and long.
Very exciting as a return.
Lead to a punt.
One good,
Never
one
fails.
not so good from Huber so far. It's his 3rd punt away with a lot of hang time, but not a lot of distance.
Okay.
Not hit out of bounds over there around midfield, I don't think. But in any case, it's down.
All right, got it to the
by
38.
Cincinnati, somewhere around the 40. So,
All right, 3rd and out for the Bengals, man. They don't look good. Offensive line isn't helping, so they had to punt it back to the Ravens. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the Ravens, 38 for the Ravens once they come back. After another commercial break. I'm about tired of these commercial breaks, man. I'm not even gonna lie to you. These joints is killing me. Man, I am tired. Another commercial break. What y'all think about this week of games in NFL, man? It's definitely some crazy ones. Some questionable calls. I know there was a little uproar about that Falcons-Buccaneers game and the alleged roughing the passer on Tom Brady. I saw that. There ain't no roughing the passer, man. That's some BS right there. Then we got the Chargers and the Browns. I don't know why, but the head coach for the Chargers insists on going forward on 4th down and not converting and giving the Browns a opportunity to win the game at the end. Then we got Kyler Murray sliding before the 1st down marker against the Eagles and having to spike the ball on 3rd down, bringing the kicker out and the kicker they're pushing it wide right to lose that game. What else was there, man? There was a lot of stuff going on this week, man. A lot of good football, though. We had the Packers and the Giants. Giants stood up tall against the Packers, trying to get in the end zone, and pretty much forced the Packers to go turnover on downs at the end of the game. Oh, here we go. We back.
So they have marked it at midfield, not around the 40. So that's 10 yards better for this Baltimore drive start. Their 3rd of the night. Ravens leading 3-0.
All right, Baltimore at midfield.
Field goal on their opening drive.
Empty set.
The backfield for Jackson. Bengals bring 6.
Good pass. Duvernay. That's a good pass.
29-yard line.
Well, Ronnie Stanley makes it back in the game, and maybe they're just pacing him after coming back with this one. Nicely done. His athleticism, what you like to watch with him. And I tell you, I watched a lot of tape on Devin Duvernay, knowing that he was going to be the primary target in this game tonight, and he has played
Bengals
really
only
well.
got 14 yards on offense
this entire season.
Near the end of the quarter,
Play action.
Jackson throws in
Good pass.
to the sideline. DeMarcus Robinson
Good pass. It'd be 2nd and short.
He was a Raider for 6 months. We saw him at the Hall of Fame game in Canton in August. Raiders let him go. He's here in Baltimore, and he's their 2nd best receiving option tonight.
Yeah, I just like watching Lamar Jackson. Look at the little flick out of his hand. Perfect spiral, right on the money. I just don't think he gets enough credit because he's so spectacular running that you miss the little touch passes and his control passing.
Sneak one more in before the quarter. It's a run by J.K. Dobbins. Josh Tupou with the hit. And
We
that'll bring
got
us
back
to
at the
end
line of
of a
scrimmage.
quick moving.
It'll be 3rd and 1 when they come back. So that's it, man. That's it. The end of the first quarter, Baltimore 3, Cincinnati 0. You know, me personally, I definitely would have thought it would have been a little more offense, really from either side, to be honest with you. But defenses are standing tall. Bengals O-line isn't helping at all. So we'll see how it goes, see if they can make any adjustments. I would say start running the ball more, but they can't even open up no holes for Joe Mixon. So I'm surprised Joe Mixon had the season that he had last year, to be honest with you. But, you know, commercial break. All right, we bet.
With Ravens head coach John Harbaugh. John, Ronnie Stanley, your left tackle, came back from injury, started the game, but then we saw him on the bench. Was that the plan, to rotate him?
Yeah, we have a rotation plan going, so he's doing a good job, and the more he can play, the better off. But Pat McCurry does a great job, too.
You told us this week that it has been unnerving to see your defense not play well this season. What do you see so far?
We're playing well so far. Just got to keep it going. So I'm happy with the guys. We're sound. We're keeping things in front. We got to keep doing that.
Thanks, John.
Thanks, Melissa.
All right, Melissa, thank you. 25th year for John Harbaugh in the NFL, a decade in Philadelphia, mostly special teams coach. And Bill Belichick and Mike Tomlin have been the head coach of their team longer than John Harbaugh.
Ravens 3rd and 2. And the Bengals 21.
Starts the second quarter with 3rd and 2. Mike Davis, his veteran, aims the running back. And on the head,
Duvernay with the sweep.
again around the edge.
Good run.
Devin Duvernay has been
Good run.
a big factor in the offense thus far. First down for Baltimore inside the 15-yard line.
They're just so good at getting on the edge quickly. That time, Jermaine Pratt out on the left edge really just doesn't have a chance. And because you have to pay so much attention to Lamar Jackson on those 3rd down and key situations, because he often wants to take it himself and pick it up on his own. When he hands it off, it's almost unfair.
Add that to Duvernay's 3 catches for 35. He's got a good night going so far. From the 14, it is Davis. Trying to reach the right side, but he is
2-yard
stopped.
gain to Davis.
Bates with a good penetration to force him inside. Mike Davis, who had that good year in Carolina a couple of years ago when he filled in for a then-injured Christian McCaffrey.
Anarumo, and he knows that this defense of his really runs through Logan Wilson, a guy who, as they say, plays faster than he runs. If that makes any sense at all. You put a clock on that guy and you go, oh, okay, yeah, he's a 3rd-round draft pick, and put him out on the football field, and he's special.
Second and 7. And Jackson drifting, chased by Hendrickson, puts it up
Yeah,
for
they
grabs
throw it
and got
away.
rid of it in a safe place.
3rd and 7.
So again, those ends so important for Cincinnati, trying to keep tabs on Lamar. They've seen each other before. They'll see each other plenty more.
Yeah, they're going to get a slot blitz, which is going to allow Hendrickson to take the inside path on Ronnie Stanley. And then as Jackson went that way, it really played right into Hendrickson's hand. So here you go. Big 3rd down and 7 in the red zone. It's always an interesting call. Do you try to go get Lamar Jackson? Because a lot of times you can do to him if you sort of all-out blitz, force him out of the pocket. A lot of times he likes to scramble right and he'll throw it away. Or do you drop 8 back into coverage?
This rushing 4 here. Jackson throws.
Mark Andrews. Touchdown. Baltimore. Here they go. Here they go. That's a good play, too. Definitely a hell of a play.
Baltimore's best combo hooks up for the first TD of the game.
Not sure exactly what happens here, but Mark Andrews, who was the focal point of everything the Bengals were trying to do in the passing game, completely dropped coverage. We see Trey Flowers, who
I don't know what they was doing, man. That's a good play, though.
And that is just a blown coverage on 3rd down.
Of course, Tucker adds the extra point. These guys have done it before 25 times. Had another one.
All right, so Baltimore gets it into the end zone, man. Lamar Jackson and Mark Andrews, hell of a play call, hell of a play design. Hey, like they said, man, I don't know how you let Mark Andrews just get wide open like that, but nonetheless, scores 10-0 Baltimore. If Cincinnati don't get something going on this drive, it's going to be a long, long night. They pretty much done neutralized Joe Mixon out of the game plan, so Joe Burrow is going to have to beat him. But that means he has to trust that his O-line is going to get him at least some time to get them guys open, man, so he can, he can deliver the ball to him. But that's been a tall task for this O-line so far this year. So, but commercial break. Once they actually come back, Cincinnati get the ball, see if they can make something happen, man. But it's been ugly for their offense this game. 3 punts so far for the Cincinnati Bengals. Little commercial break.
What a weekend in Philadelphia next week, and Premier League mornings. We have a Philly Fan Fest. So Rebecca and the guys will be there all week. And then one of the biggest matches of the year always, Liverpool and Man City, will be next Sunday on USA Network. The scoring phenom, Erling Haaland, has scored 15 goals in the first 9 games for City on a record-setting pace. Oh, by the way, the Cowboys and the Eagles will be there for Sunday Night Football. Oh, by the way, the Phillies will be home for the NL Division Series as well.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about
Great sports weekend in Philadelphia. If anybody wants some company for the Phillies game on Friday, call us. I'll buy you a beer and a dog. This will be returned by Chris Evans from a couple deep. And Evans Doesn't get past the 25-yard line.
Ravens get Baltimore, not Baltimore. Cincinnati gets to the 23.
Able to make the stop. Boy, Chris, we've seen some good tight ends the last couple of weeks, right? You think Kittle and Kelsey, but Mark Andrews' production is right there with those guys over the last couple of seasons.
Yeah, he really is. And one of the interesting things about him is that he has freedom. They're allowing him to be creative down the field, and that's what Lamar wants. He doesn't want somebody doing exactly what's drawn on the card. You find a spot that you think you can get open, go get there. I'll find you.
Cincinnati limited to 1 first down on their first 3 drives.
Joe Mixon.
Trying to get something going on the ground.
So 3-4 yard game for Joe
4-3.
Mixon.
Malik Harrison on the tackle. That's such a good point. That kind of fits the style of Lamar Jackson, right? Give me somebody who's going to ad-lib with me.
Yeah, I mean, so they might have their own episode pretty soon on Saturday Night Live or something.
Second and
They're just
7.
gonna ad-lib their way through it, but they've been pretty darn good. Who's been pretty darn bad so far has been the Cincinnati Bengals. They have gotten nothing going.
With no huddle, try to change the mojo a little bit. Burrow.
Damn, he got smashed. Where's his O-line help?
The veteran.
Damn.
One-time Bengal. Right through.
This is crazy.
Loss of 7.
Yo, this is crazy.
Honestly, they're split this way, split that way, and there's just nobody there. I mean, I know
He came right through the middle.
Line. I know it's going to take some time to gel, but so far,
Yo.
they've just been getting thumped in this one.
Another 3rd and long, 3rd and 14.
DBs. They bring out the first-round pick, Kyle Hamilton, out of Notre Dame. 3 safeties. Borrow some time here.
Right to the tight end.
There's a long way to go.
Nope.
Not gonna get there.
Another 3 and out for the Bengals.
Big hit by Pepe Williams. He's a rookie out of Houston. And we're going to see more.
Another
time.
3 and out for the Bengals. Wow.
3 straight 3 and outs.
That is crazy. That's sad, man.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow sitting
Pepe
back there
Williams
getting beat on.
Outside, he and Brandon Stevens kind of battling it out for that slot position after Kyle Fuller got hurt.
.999th career punt for Kevin Huber. Fournet's got room here, and he called the fair catch. He had space to advance that, but he'll have it just shot.
All right, so Bengals another 3 and out, man. They cannot protect Joe Burrow. And now you get into these 3rd and long situations. Joe Burrow is not even going to take the chance of sitting back there to get punished. So he's just going to get it out to the guys in the flats. And, in 3rd and long, you can only do but so much. So another 3 and out. That's their 3rd 3 and out so far. So it's not looking good. The Ravens score here, man. It's good night, Irene. Do a quick commercial break. Once they actually come back, then we'll see what the Ravens can do. Little commercial break. Hey, for anybody in the chat too, man, let me know what y'all would want to see during like a commercial break, during the like maybe like some background music, or I really ain't got no ideas of my own. So just let me know. I hate sitting in silence during the commercial breaks. So let me know what you guys will want to see.
Yard rushing games from the quarterback position. 12 of them now, the most by any quarterback in the history of the league. And every game he's running for yards. The average is 64 a game at a minimum of 50 games. No quarterback's done that before. 11 TD passes coming in, tied for most of the NFL. 9th in rushing yards. When this week 5 started, it has been a terrific start for Lamar Jackson. You think of the 2 losses for Baltimore. The offense was really good in the first half against Buffalo, throughout the game against Miami. It's been an outstanding season for Jackson, who made a lot of off-season news with his contract negotiations.
From the 29.
Betting on himself as he's in the final year of his deal. It's on the run here. Fake that
Good
little
run.
catch and it gave him space.
Good run. 12-yard game. QB keeper.
And a pickup of 12 for Jackson on first down.
Great job that time by Lamar Jackson. He knew what was coming. Eli Apple was coming on the blitz, so he went right at it with an option play with the lead blocker in front in Ricard. There was just no way that Eli Apple could stop all of that coming at him. So not only Lamar Jackson making nice plays athletically, but that was a terrific audible.
The 41-yard line. This will be another big opening again.
Damn, are they gashing?
This time.
Who is that?
It's a Cincinnati territory.
I don't know who that
Another
is.
first down with a gain of 13 yards there, and it's all centered off Lamar. There's so much focus on him, but he can do so much, Chris. He is so difficult to defend.
He is so difficult to defend and pretty tough to negotiate with as well. They could not come to a deal. I think guaranteed money became the sticking point, but as Lamar told us, I know what I'm worth.
Gave it 3 there, right? When we asked him about it, right? He's I'm not talking about my contract. He's got his mom helping a little bit in the negotiation, the Players Association helping as well. Eric DeCosta is on that right side there. He's the GM, the executive vice president, trying to work out a deal. And John Harbaugh has seen this before. Remember, Joe Flacco bet on himself.
Yep, and
They
won.
went to the Super Bowl that year, and the big deal was there. And this is a fan who's brought this blank check. I don't think owner Steve Bisciotti appreciates the forgery on the signature. Or I don't think we're catching that anywhere. But I think the Ravens love this guy. He loves the Ravens. Will they find the right
play
spot?
action.
Jackson, sideline shot.
Oh, damn it. Man, he threw an interception.
This offense was moving.
Threw it too damn high.
Safety position. Gets that
Damn.
overthrow. And a big turnover for the
Oh,
Bengals.
man, that's going to kill me.
This one's going to just get away, and this guy right back here just seems to be in the right place all the time. Von Bell with 2 interceptions in that big win against Miami.
Yeah, he just
got
it's
flipped
too
around,
high.
but that ball too high. And
Too
you just
high.
wonder how much time on task they had with DeMarcus Robinson in that play as compared with Rashad Bateman. And Lamar knew that was really on him.
Second interception of the year. How about Von Bell? He's on fire with the picks. That is 3 in his last 5.5 quarters of football. Bengals looking for anything on the offensive end. Again, a good run from Mixon for about
Good run,
9
Mixon.
yards.
Good run. 9-yard run for Mixon.
6-yard line. Von Bell had 2 interceptions in his first 96 NFL games. Then had 2 against the Dolphins in the Bengals' last game on Thursday night in Cincinnati, and comes up with the INT here.
Yeah, now the Bengals coming off the ball just a little bit. That was a heck of a block by Alex Kappa, the right guard, who came over from Tampa. So maybe let's get the Bengals a little fired up with some physical play, which we have not seen.
Second and 1 for Burrow, and Cincinnati picks up its
Another one
second
for Joe
first
Mixon.
down of the night. On another carry with Mixon, 3 1,000-yard seasons, 5th of the all-time Cincinnati rushing list.
And they desperately need to get this running game going. I know it takes a while for an offensive line to gel, but that time they brought around Hayden Hurst, the former first-round draft pick, taken ahead of Lamar Jackson of the Ravens, and he laid a good lick on.
First and 10 for the Bengals.
Burrow 5 of 7, only 34 yards. Timeout called. Zach
Timeout,
Taylor
Cincinnati.
running up to the official on his sideline. Something he didn't like about that. It's the timeout.
It is an interesting question, though, about Lamar, isn't it? I know the league and the owners are really sensitive about those fully guaranteed contracts that have been thrown around a bit. But with Lamar, I mean, basically, you've built your offensive franchise around him with Greg Roman and this running style and big offensive linemen and all the gap schemes and the pulling. And it would be tough to just go to someone else.
There's no someone else. There's no Lamar Jackson
There's not.
to go get somewhere else, right? So that's part of the conundrum. And you're right. Once that Deshaun Watson contract's out there, will there be another one where everything's guaranteed? The Jackson side pushing towards
All right, first and
that.
10 for the Bengals.
Plus the inability to get a deal done in the offseason. It will linger all year. Mixon.
Are they trying to get Mixon going now?
Cincinnati, I think you're right, Chris. They came off the ball. They look like a different unit these last couple of plays. Back-to-back first downs on the ground.
Yeah, and they ran basically the same play once again with Hayden Hurst pulling around, but Joe Mixon's just going to bounce it. So he starts in here once Patrick Queen came down to take on Hayden Hurst. And so the Ravens are always going to be that team to challenge your manhood. They want to see how physical you can be, and the Bengals have to respond to that.
Timeout Baltimore.
Timeout
They had 12
Baltimore.
in formation, and the snap looked like it was imminent. The flag was thrown.
Prior to 12 men on the field, the defense, timeout Baltimore.
Okay, now that sounds a little funny, right? Wasn't prior to 12 men on the field.
It was wow. It's interesting. You got to buy yourself out of that flag. We're back in 30 seconds after this from AWS.
A game of inches? No, it's a game of millimeters. AWS machine learning and AI cover every angle, streaming 300 million data points in real time because the data tells us all even 1 millimeter can make all the difference. And if AWS can do that for the NFL, imagine what it could do for your business.
Bringing three-time Super Bowl referee Terry McCauley about that snap being imminent, but buying out with the timeout.
Yeah, Mike, once the snap is imminent, it's a foul. The ball becomes dead immediately. You just can't buy yourself out of that.
First and 10.
After that's happened.
Screen
Here
to
is
Jamar Chase.
on the edge. He'll get to midfield.
Is that a flag?
There's another flag down.
All right, illegal man
Gain of
downfield.
9 holds up.
Another
The
play.
Bengals downfield too soon.
Illegal
Another
man
one.
downfield on the offense number 71. It's 5-yard penalty. First down.
Yeah, that's the right tackle, Al Collins, the former Cowboy.
Depends on how big you are. Sometimes these U-turns can take a little extra space. He was 4 yards downfield.
Yeah, he was definitely downfield too far.
It's a generous one, and then there's 4 yards. Ravens a
All
little
right,
confused
first
here in
and
the
15.
secondary.
They got a one-on-one with Queen out here if they want it. They could take a deep shot.
First and 15.
Tyler Boyd, T. Higgins have not been targeted yet tonight. Burrow throws, it's complete. It's Mike Thomas with the catch.
Mike
And on the
Thomas,
run is
good run.
Thomas inside the 35 to the 30-yard line.
Good
And that's
pass.
a big gain for Cincinnati. Marcus Peters missed the tackle. And Thomas, who only has 1 reception all year, has his best so far of the year.
You just wonder sometimes if there was some confusion. They're so used to having T. Higgins on the field and Jamar Chase and Tyler Boyd. They put somebody new out there, and who was supposed to take him in that man coverage?
Higgins
All right,
did come
Bengals
in
making a
with
little
an ankle
run.
Injury was questionable. We haven't seen as much of him as we normally do in the 3 wide receiver set so far. Number 31, big space, Mixon.
And Mixon running hard.
1 yard line. It's so
10-yard
funny. There are
gain.
like
Mixon
4 or
running
5
hard.
plays every game that just flip everything. Baltimore had all the momentum after that interception. Cincinnati looks like a new team came out.
Yeah, and it's a more physical team, and you're seeing Jonah Williams come down here and get a block. So they're now starting to take advantage of that 2 deep look. You should be able to run against 2 safeties deep like that, but thus far this season, the Bengals just have not. But on this drive, they have.
2nd and
There
1.
they are back here. Let's see if they bring them up now.
Oh,
Second and
QB
short,
sneak.
and Burrow's just going to
Joe
go
Burrow.
get a new set of downs here. First down inside the 20-yard line. For Joe Burrow, it's been all these odd years. In 2020 we had COVID. There wasn't training camp. In 21, it was Burrow coming back from the knee injury on into that season. Had an appendectomy late July this year. Missed some time during camp. Has not missed any action. And he and Patrick Queen go head-to-head. Former LSU teammates near each other in the locker room. They've got a lot of history and a lot of friendly words back and forth. Burrow throws over the middle. It's caught by the former
Hayden Hurst. Touchdown. Touchdown. That's a good play.
Oh, that is sweet for Hayden Hurst. Welcome back to Baltimore.
That's a good play. It's a good catch.
The Ravens' first-round pick, 7 picks before Lamar Jackson in 2018, scores against his old team.
First of all, this takes some time to happen. Nice job by the offensive line, but as soon as he gets on the other side of Josh Bynes, it is over. Now watch him finish this play. You think he was a little fired up to play against the Ravens? That's what we saw a week ago, and he comes right back with a huge.
And a
Nice,
great job
man.
to keep his body from
Nice.
touching the ground before he.
All right, so that Lamar Jackson turnover,
Running
man, turned into 7 points.
Fabulous rookie
So
season.
we'll find, yep. Turned into 7
It's the extra
points.
point, and man, did
Can't
this
turn
thing
the
flip
football
just
over in a
like
divisional
that.
game.
The
That's
interception of Lamar Jackson.
how you kill yourself. So O-line's able to hold up. They got Joe Mixon going in the run game. Opened up the play action. Hayden Hurst, man, he got one for him. So Baltimore is up 10-7. Commercial break. Once we come back, they'll be kicking off to the Ravens, and we'll see what the Ravens offense can do after that turnover. Commercial break. Ravens up 10-7.
Premier League mornings live on NBC, USA, and Peacock.
I'm okay getting to Philadelphia tomorrow. I can't wait for next Sunday night. What a game.
Cowboys Eagles next Sunday night. That's gonna be a
Last
banger.
of the undefeated to the NFL. The Philadelphia Eagles will have it for you next Sunday night. Of course, 7 Eastern. It begins with football night. That's Sunday night 7. The free-to-play NBC Sports Predictor app. Chance to win
That's gonna be crazy. That's gonna be a crazy one.
Let's not forget the Giants, right in the mix there. Great start in the NFC East.
How about that? That was a stunner today. It really was. Congratulations to the Giants, and maybe the NFC East, after a bit of a dry spell, is back.
Yeah. Dallas and Philly will be some seed at the Link next Sunday night. No return, touchback. Ravens take over at the 25.
Well, let's take a look at the Walmart Plus 4K Sky Cam, and we'll study these two tackles in there playing. We've got Ronnie Stanley coming back after nearly 2 years away from the game, and he looks like he is dancing once again. A very mobile guy. Patrick McCary in there as well, and so they've basically been sort of splitting snaps and allowing Ronnie Stanley to come back slowly. Don't want to put too much pressure on him, because the last time they did, it didn't work out so well, out after one game.
And taking care of Lamar so far. The number's good in the clean pocket. Curry back in the game. It is a first down throw once again to Devin Duvernay, who's continuing his good night.
Duvernay going crazy, man. He having a really good game
marker
today.
at the 35-yard line. 4 targets for Duvernay, 44. And he already has a career high in scrimmage yards when he had his 19 on the ground.
Yeah, it was interesting talking to Ronnie Stanley, saying
Second
how
and
much
one.
he learned about Lamar Jackson. Watching him the last 2 years, he said, I can never see him. I've got my back turned to him all the time.
Zooming past him. Dobbins, nice jump cut to get the first down.
Good
JK to the 38. Here's Melissa Stark.
Mike, tight ends Mark Andrews and Hayden Hurst, both drafted by Baltimore in 2018. When Hurst was traded in 2020 to Atlanta, Andrews told me it was really tough. He said, we were such a tight-knit group. It hurt to see him go, but I knew that he would find his own unique role in Cincinnati, and he has. And Andrews said he was excited to see him tonight, but probably not after that Hurst touchdown.
Oh, yeah, from the 36, Jackson
Good pass.
stays alive in the pocket and
Good
throws
pass.
it complete. A good finish of the
8-yard gain. Good
reception
pass,
by
Lamar.
James Crochet, who takes it out to the 44-yard line, a gain of 8.
Here's where I think Lamar Jackson's at his best and most dangerous. If you rush 4 against him, there's going to be somewhere for him to step up. But Lamar will sit back initially and allow your guys to rush after him, then goes back, then goes up. But when he starts coming straight down
Second
the
and
middle of the
3.
field, only bad things happen.
Legal formation.
Flag
And he
thrown
fumbled.
as the first down was picked up at the 47-yard line. Also, let's see where the ball is in this pile. As they umpile it inside, it definitely came out. We did have the flag thrown at the line of scrimmage. And that preliminary signal is illegal motion. It looks like the Ravens have the ball back.
Legal shift on the offense. 2 players are moving at the same time. Did not reset. It's a 5-yard penalty. Second down.
Second and 8. Second and 8 for the
I thought
Ravens.
the ball came out too. Was that Kevin Zeitler that was able to get on it?
It was. He's number 70, the right guard. So 2nd and 8. And Jackson gets out of the pocket to his left and
crap,
down.
man.
Damn.
Damn.
35-yard line. So Pratt was the linebacker with Wilson over there to make the play. He had that game-clinching interception in the wild card win over the Raiders last January.
So Pratt's up at the line of
goodness,
scrimmage, then
man.
going to drop back into a spy
I'm not
and
necessarily
then
rooting
run
for the
down
Ravens.
Lamar
I'm
Jackson
rooting for
on the
Lamar to do
outside.
good,
So
man.
they're looking like
I got him on my
everybody
fantasy
is coming
team, man.
after
I need him
Lamar,
to do
then
well.
really nobody, and the spy was able
Gotta
to
throw
clean
it
up
away,
and
man.
get the sack.
And Jackson, a running quarterback, gets thrown down like that after you see the
3rd and 12.
Falcons game when Tom Brady got thrown down, and that was a roughing the passer call. It's interesting to see how running quarterbacks are sometimes officiated. Pressure from Hendrickson, the pass complete to the sideline to Tylan Wallace, but it's short of the first down.
Oh, so he's short.
Almost got there. Wallace with the grab, Eli Apple in coverage as we
Goodness
get
gracious, man.
the 2-minute warning, and we'll have a 4th down coming up. 10-7, Ravens up.
All right, so 4th down for the Ravens. I don't know if they're close enough to go for the field goal. Let me see. No, they're not. So 2-minute warning. Ravens up 10-7. They'll be punting once they actually come back from the commercial break after the 2-minute warning. I'm telling you, I thought there'd been a lot more points in this game by now. That just goes to show you never know how the game's gonna work out, man. Any given Sunday.
Time?
Dallas Doomsday Defense. The G-Men coming back against Aaron Rodgers and the Packers in London.
All right, we'll see you at the half. Mike, back to you.
All right, Maria, Tony, Chris, we'll see you coming up here in a few minutes. I've enjoyed those London games early in the morning. It's football when you wake up at 9:30, you know?
Yeah. Ruins our whole work schedule. But
It's like, let's get through the meeting quick so we can get back to watching the game, right?
All right, Baltimore
Giants
punting, 4th
winning
and 4.
as Green Bay became the 32nd and final NFL team to play a first game in London. So 4th down here as we get out of the 2-minute warning. Cincinnati has the 2 timeouts remaining, and Baltimore to kick it away with the rookie Jordan Stout. Trent Taylor stands back at his 10-yard line. Protected is Stout. Gets rid of it. Taylor fair catching the 42-yard punt at the 16-yard line. Well, we love when guys come into the stadium styling, right? Well, Joe Burrow is first team, all-pro, all-style. Little winter look. How about this?
Oh, we can't be playing that. Got too much music back there. Damn, Joe Burrow. Look out there, Joe.
Oh, you mean like a pocket?
Something you lock it in?
Yeah, it's just like a latch. I asked you to come with some Burrow wardrobe tonight.
Yeah.
But he has taken over that cool spot in Cincinnati. They love him there, man.
1st and 10. And they own 16. 154 left.
The 16-yard line. Burrow's
Pass batted down.
Jason Pierre-Paul.
O-line getting pushed back in his lap.
Up and knocked it down. Incomplete with Burrow, who's become a celebrity in Cincinnati. Of course, he's from the state of Ohio originally. Has a good sense of what the Bengals, what football, and what his stardom really means to the area as well.
Yeah, you would have to exist there for a little while to really understand it, because the Bengals, A, coming back, but B, to have one of those rock star quarterbacks. Not since Boomer Esiason.
2 timeouts, 2nd down from their 16.
Damn. Pass batted down again. The O-line, they in his lap. The O-line in his lap. That's the 2nd batted down pass.
Left in the tank.
Well, you just couldn't believe that Jason Pierre-Paul came off the streets basically and played over 50 plays a week ago, and here he is,
crazy,
really disrupting things early in this first half for the Ravens defense. He's been a nice addition.
3rd and 10. You know how I feel about 3rd and long. Never good. It's never good.
3rd and 10. Burrow gets it to Samaje Perine, has some blocking.
Nice, good block. Good block.
The 30-yard line. So it looked like it was going to be 3 and out, and the Ravens would get it back in good field position with Tucker, an excellent kicker.
1st and 10.
First down on 3rd and 10.
Bring to the running back. It was a good play.
Clock spins. Taylor keeps the timeout.
More chase out left, but doubled up.
Burrow.
Right to the running back.
One more time.
8-yard gain. Nice.
9-yard line. We have an injury for the Bengals, so that'll stop the clock. They'll have to use the timeout, but more important is the injured player.
What's that one?
So as the athletic training staff is out, we'll step out for a moment.
I'm a Vegas hotel. I know what you're thinking. It's cool. I don't want anything long-term either. Just a few nights of fun. I'm looking for someone who will let loose, dress up a little, see a show, order the steak and the lobster. Some people say I'm excessive, but who cares? I just want to enjoy some.
There's some injury time out for the Bengals, so once they come back, it'll be second and short.
Left tackle Jonah Williams, the first-round pick out of Alabama 4 years ago. His right knee did walk off under his own power. Blocking Odafe Owe, you see the buckle right there.
Second and 2 for the Ravens. Second and 2 for the Bengals.
20 snaps before tonight is in the game now at left tackle.
Damn, P-Ron running hard.
P-Ron having a heck of a 2-minute drive
Goodness gracious.
The 48-yard line and the first
and 10.
And if you're going to throw the
Look
ball
like they had
now
midfield.
with Adeniji in there at left tackle, it better come out quick or you better have a back or a tight end chipping that way.
On first down, Burrow scans.
By that P-Ron again.
One more time.
P-Ron better get out of bounds.
Man miss. Patrick Queen is carried to the 43-yard line. Terrific drive here with P-Ron after the third down pickup. One timeout because they lose one with the injury. Maybe they have the terrific long leg of Evan McPherson. If they get in field goal range. And
wow.
That one, it's
Tyler Boyd.
First target of the night for the slot receiver, and he takes it to the 28-yard line. Final timeout used by Cincinnati with 23 seconds to go.
They willing and Dillon right now. You look good. It's 2 minutes.
Adeniji, who played guard last year, struggled in the playoffs with pass protection on the play prior. Probably got away with a hold there against Owe, and it really set up the completion and the shot at the field goal at least.
Wow. First target for Boyd tonight.
Yeah, this Ravens defense doesn't have a lot of experience in playing zone defenses, so they knew it was going to be a bit of a work in progress.
To correct that second target, first reception from the 25. It is Burrow taking a shot in the end zone to Mike Thomas. Goes up.
Nope, out of bounds. Out of bounds. Good defense by Peters. Good defense by Peters.
At the back pylon, second down.
I know his back hurt too.
To go.
Yeah, it looked like they had a chance that Burrow had gotten the ball up a little bit quicker. But by that point, Marcus Peters knew once he was in the air, you can push them out of bounds.
Exactly.
No more force outs. If you're in the air, you are fair game. I think if Joe gotten it up a little sooner, there was a little gap.
Out of timeout.
Second and 10. He got to go. He got to get out of
Burrow
bounds.
to the sideline, caught by Hurst, shut down as he goes out of bounds. Marlon Humphrey.
And Marlon Humphrey's came flying in there.
All-pro
Goodness
corner
gracious.
gets there. So 13 seconds left. Third down, 22-yard line. Got to be end zone or out of bounds. Can't be in the field of play.
And it can't be a sack.
Right.
You're going to try and get down 22 yards down the field, and you've got a backup left tackle in there. I would keep my eye there if I were Joe Burrow.
All right, 3rd and 7.
Baltimore will take a timeout here. We mentioned Wink Martindale, who's doing a good job with the Giants, was the coordinator here. And so often, Chris, you'd know that pressure was coming in Wink Martindale's world.
Oh, there would have been no doubt about that at all. But so far, they've been playing well on defense. It was interesting, though. They took Calais Campbell, number 93, and put him out on the edge, maybe to just try and get a little bull rush going right through the newcomer there, Akeem Adeniji.
Baltimore scored the first 10 points of this one. They were on the move, and a Lamar Jackson interception allowed the Bengals to score, get the ball back. Another good drive here inside of 2 minutes. Chance to tie the game in field goal range or maybe take the lead to the locker room.
And they're
3rd and 7.
isolating Adeniji.
3rd and 7. Burrow just throws it out of bounds. Nothing was
That's a
open
good read.
deep. Clock was ticking in his head.
Yeah, that's a
Field
good
goal
read.
attempt from McPherson coming before that.
Go ahead, get rid of it.
So they're going to go stunt inside and back around. They're going to try and get Adeniji to suck down inside, and then it was going to be Calais Campbell coming outside. Didn't get there.
Evan McPherson, who made all of his kicks in the playoffs, all 20 of them. Had one blocked earlier this year, an extra point. It's a field goal from 40
Going
to
for the
square
field
this
goal.
game. Perfect.
Okay.
And
Okay.
we are tied at 10. I was talking to
All right, game tied up. 10-10.
The ball just jumps off his foot, kind of like a golfer making
4
great
seconds
contact.
left.
You just know it when you hear it. McPherson
4
got
seconds
all
left.
of that. So all even at 10. Good comeback for Joe Burrow and the Bengals here on the road. Into the second half. His mom and dad making the trip. Joe telling us as his foundation gets started, his mom very much involved in that. They have the chance to come watch their son. They've seen so much success with him over the last few years. Melissa?
Yes, they have, Mike. Joe Burrow's dad, Jimmy, told me that last year, of course, it took his son to a whole new level of exposure. But it was not only life-changing for Joe, also for mom and dad. In fact, when I was talking to him and his wife, Robin, yesterday, they were making the 6-hour drive from Athens, Ohio to Baltimore. They pulled into a McDonald's drive-thru, and one of the servers yelled out, "Isn't that Joe Burrow's mom?" and wanted a picture with them.
They are nice folks for sure. His dad coming off some foot surgery, so hopping around a little bit, but playing through it here. Kickoff on the ground, so Duvernay can't do much with it, and he will dance across the sideline.
All right, you got 1 second left before halftime.
Well, so far for the Baltimore Ravens this year, having a lead at home has not worked out so well.
No.
They looked like they were just going to completely dominate this game in the first half. And the Bengals mounted a bit of a comeback. And really, you've got to go back, I think, to that Von Bell interception. And then some of the physical play, and they got their running game going, did Cincinnati, and balanced the field.
They have blown 21 and 17-point leads to Miami and Buffalo.
All right, so that's it. Baltimore took a knee. So they go into halftime with the score tied 10-10. Baltimore came out. First quarter looked really good. Parts of the second quarter. Second half of that second quarter, man, Cincinnati really got going. So we'll see how the O-line holds up. We'll see if any of the play calling changes during the second half. So I'm praying that, Lamar Jackson has a good half, for my sake, for my fantasy, for my fantasy football team's sake. So as usual, we'll take a break for halftime, 10-15 minutes. We'll be back in a little bit. But yep. So we got see if we get this up here. We got Baltimore, Cincinnati tied up 10-10. We back in 15 minutes for halftime. Halftime.
20 million
There
people
we go.
watching.
We back.
You got a friend there. It's a short
Oh,
kickoff.
man.
It's going to bounce free here. Will it go out of
Yep,
bounds?
went right out of bounds.
Yes, it will. So try that little kick to the voided area. It goes out of bounds. Backfires on the Bengals. Ball will come out to the 40-yard line.
The 40-yard line. First down.
And here's Melissa Stark.
Mike, I spoke to Bengals head coach Zach Taylor, asked him why we have not seen wide receiver T. Higgins, who leads the team in receiving yards, since early in the second quarter. He said that ankle that limited him in practice all week is the issue. They were evaluating that
serious?
at halftime.
He
As
hurt?
for
I didn't know
left
he
tackle
was hurt.
Jonah Williams, injured at the end of the second quarter. Traders, we're looking at that right knee. He is out here now with a brace, and it is taped up. Taylor was hopeful to get him back in the second half.
Two big pieces.
All right,
for
first
the
and 10
Cincinnati
from the
offense.
40.
Melissa, thank you.
After kicking it out of bounds.
So the Bengals will give the Ravens good field position here at
Play
the
action.
40 to start. Lamar Jackson will pump to get Sam Hubbard away.
Just throw it
Lots of
away.
time to
Just throw it away. Just throw it away. Come on, Lamar.
The shoot by Hubbard after he had jumped in the air. It's the second time those two guys have been laughing and chatting on their way back to the huddle.
But watch Hubbard. Watch how wide he stays before he begins his pursuit. Every defensive player wants to go screaming down the line, right? Go try to get involved in the running game. Go get a quick sack. But Hubbard knows what his role is, and that is to not let Lamar Jackson turn the corner when his guys are chasing those receivers all over the field.
Second and 10 for the Ravens.
Protecting Lamar Jackson, Ronnie Stanley back in at left tackle. It's an alternating series here tonight. His return from injury. Dobbins gets through that first tackle.
Okay, JK. Okay, JK. Ain't got any pass. Oh!
For a gain of 11.
Good run. Good run.
Sam Hubbard
Good run.
tackle.
Wait for the O-line to help him out, too.
It's one of the first times all night they've allowed Hubbard to go and not sit and wait on Lamar Jackson. They don't even block him. He's got him dead to rights in the backfield. And Dobbins said, no, baby, no, not doing that one. That's a heck of a play by Dobbins. That's the old J.K. Dobbins.
Exactly.
But he had a big injury. ACL, lateral collateral ligament, hamstring, meniscus, all part of the injury that he suffered to that knee.
He had a
Final
whole bunch
preseason
of
game
crap going on.
Last year, here he is on the run.
Stop for a short loss.
Short of the line of scrimmage as he tried to get going. And Chris, we
Second
always
and
talk about
11.
this, sit with a player, fun to visit with. Boy, I really enjoyed our visit with Dobbins, who was outstanding, second to only the great Archie Griffin in rushing yards at Ohio State in his career.
And he made it very clear that if he'd stayed his last year, he would have definitely gotten Archie.
That's right.
He said, I'm not going to tell him that. I said, you don't have to. I'll tell him, our former teammate.
A couple of 1,000-yard seasons,
Second
and a
and 11.
2,000-yard spectacular season in this last one, playing in the old horseshoe.
All up again.
Max protection. They going deep.
Downfield for Duvernay.
Oh, he overshot him. Damn. He overshot him. Damn. Oh, my God. He was there. He cooked Eli Apple, too.
I think they're going to go right after Von Bell. Look at that, because they had all those
Oh, my
blitzers
God. He was open, man. He just overthrew
They
him.
run right past Von Bell. Eli Apple had to stay to the outside, and they just missed it. So tonight,
they're down to the middle. It goes. It's Mark Andrews. Cannot break out of the tackle of Awuzie again. There's the
All right, they short. 4th and 2. They short.
Fourth and a yard. We'll see what he's going to do.
Justin Tucker is lurking over there.
4th and 2. They
Lamar
short.
Jackson was looking over at John Harbaugh saying, we got this. Let's stay out here. And you can just read Harb's face like, come on, really?
Yeah.
You're going to throw another one of these at me this year?
If they do. It's a long,
Yes.
2 at least,
Yes, it
right?
is.
Yeah.
No guarantee here.
4th and 2. Bengals rush the line.
Yeah, there's that old trick play. Oh, they did snap it.
And Jackson fakes it, throws it downfield.
Oh, he overshot him again.
Tylan Wallace for a touchdown.
Oh, my God. He overshot him again. He was open.
I think I put the total kibosh tonight on Lamar Jackson. He's
Oh,
missed
my
more throws
God. He
tonight
was
than he
open
has all year.
again. Lamar.
Andrews gonna take that snap like Kelsey does. No. We're gonna run a play.
Oh my goodness, he was open. Just drop it to him. Oh my goodness, man. Lamar, you blowing it. You blowing it. Wow. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Lamar missed twice. Oh my God, Lamar missed twice. 2 touchdowns. 2 touchdowns. Man, that's rough. All right, so Ravens get off to an excellent start on that drive, and it just fizzles out. Lamar couldn't hit 2 wide open receivers, man. On 2nd down and on 4th down. So turnover on downs. Bengals will have the ball back, 1st and 10, once we come back from a commercial break.
Can help prevent and detect a number of cancers early. So remind your loved ones, take the next steps and find out where to get screened. NFL's helping out. NFL.com/crucial catch or text catch to 635-635. You can find your local cancer screening center and additional screening resources in their cities. The Bengals and the Ravens doing their part this week, as so many teams around the league have done throughout the years, but especially using this huge platform of the NFL to remind people and those important things to do. After being stopped on downs, the Bengals take over for the 41, and Burrow throws to Chase.
Wow, interception. Wow. Wow. Turnover. Wow. Damn, Joe. You come right out and throw an interception. First play for the Bengals in the second half.
That time for Joe Burrow, and he thought he had his old mate Patrick Queen, but he didn't. He stepped
absolutely
up
not.
for the play action and then sprinted back. Used all that speed to get underneath the hook, and there he is. Read it perfectly and made the catch. So we have seen quarterbacks who rarely make mistakes, making mistakes so far in this one.
The Ravens, who are tied now for the most takeaways.
All right, so Ravens back on the field.
11, and that is Burrow throwing a pick to the guy who sat next to him in the locker room in Baton Rouge, as Burrow was trying to throw it to their other LSU national championship teammate in Jamar Chase.
1st and 10 for the Ravens.
Get the ball right back at the 46-yard line of Cincinnati. And Lamar is going to
going deep again.
Duvernay, and underthrown.
Goodness gracious.
Pressure was on, and Jackson was knocked down. To Melissa.
Yeah, Mike, Patrick Queen, who just had that interception, and Joe Burrow, once teammates at LSU. Things could get heated between the two during practice. Burrow told us this week their scuffles made them closer, told us he's the better trash talker. I asked Queen if he agreed, and he said, no, I'm the better trash talker. And Joe's weird. He says weird stuff. He'll just be like, hi. One-worded things. He makes you look at him funny. But they said there's nothing but love in their relationship.
That is kind of Joe.
Yeah, right?
Hi.
And Joe will hear about that one, I'm sure.
I'll tell you what.
2nd and 10. It's a run play.
46, Duvernay on the ground. As he comes around, it's
the tackle. Gain of 6. I'm sorry, gain of 4. 3rd and 6
41
coming
yard. You know
up.
what this feels like? This feels like a really good division rivalry.
Right? Yeah, they know each other so well, but the roles have sort of flip-flopped. Now you're seeing the Baltimore Ravens be the team playing all the zone defenses, and the Bengals playing some cover zeros and taking shots. And right now, it is Lou Anarumo who is being the more aggressive, but it's been Lamar Jackson missing the big plays.
3rd and 5. Field goal from here is just under
3rd and
6
5.
yards, and it's right at the edge of Tucker's range here tonight. They'll swing it out. It's caught by Kenyon
What
Drake.
kind of play is this?
What will they do?
Play calling is trash.
With the best kicker in NFL history, they will. Here comes Tucker.
All right, here comes
Do
Tucker.
you just get the feeling this game's going to come down to these two great kickers? I mean, it really is. And Von Bell is just an amazing tackler. He just is. The guy rarely, if ever, misses a tackle in the open field.
58 yards. I talked to Tucker this week. They worked so hard on perfection, even in practice, on this whole operation. Snapper Nick Moore, holder Jordan Stout. This one from 58 yards. Wind negligible. Townsend,
Damn.
as usual.
He got it right in there. That's a good kick.
Makes it as usual.
Good kick, man.
Just the best. And that guy knows it. That's all right. I'll get my chance, as McPherson says.
I love Justin Tucker after that. He turned to the crowd and went, "My people, my people." And they are his people. Oh, my gosh. Well, these two guys are amazing.
It's the guy who sings opera in 7 languages. Thank you. Center stage. You saw the NFL kickoff commercial this year. What other kicker has a role in the kickoff commercial to get people
That's a great
energized
kick,
for the
man.
season?
That boy got a damn wave on him.
Opera star. Randy
Ravens
Brown,
up
right there,
13,
is the kicking coach for
13-10.
these Ravens as well. They have it as a science. They work so hard on it. And as Justin told me this week, we deal with perfection on field 3. That's where the special teams guys are. And we treat every kick there like it's a kick to win a game. And that's why it carries over so often with so much success.
But the Cincinnati Bengals, we saw them a week ago in that game against Miami, try a 58-yard field goal. Don't forget, if you miss it, that thing basically comes back to midfield for the Cincinnati Bengals on offense.
13-10 Baltimore. Good one here on Sunday Night Football. Touchback, and Burrow get back on the field at his own 25.
It has been a quiet night so far for Jamar Chase. Why? Because he's been facing a lot of these zone defenses, so they wanted to get the ball to him underneath. That hasn't really been successful either. It's been a frustrating time because you know the one they're going to take away is Jamar Chase, especially with T. Higgins on the bench.
Take a terrific receiver, an option away.
Gonna give it to Nixon.
25, that ground game. Better from the
4-yard game for
on.
Nixon.
With about
2nd and
4, maybe
6 coming up.
5. The veteran Calais Campbell, age 36, on the top of the pile. Brandon Copeland on the bottom.
Yeah, and it's really forced a different kind of game out of Joe Burrow as well. His average depth of target in that first half, under 5 yards, by far the least he's had. They want to play the game
2nd
down
and 6.
the field, and the Ravens and Mike
They're gonna run it
McDonald are
again.
taking that away from them.
Play action.
29, out quick, back
Hayden
shoulder.
Hurst,
tight
back
end.
shoulder.
Hurst brings it in, working on Marcus Peters. Stay away, that thing's hot. First down.
First down. Good pass. Good catch.
Back shoulder to former first-round pick. And, you know, sometimes those are the matchups that can work. Just because of the size advantage, you put a big tight end out there, run a slant, run a back shoulder, and a guy who's 4 inches shorter and 50 pounds lighter, it's a tough match.
It's Wilcox, the second tight end in the lineup. Boyd in motion. Nixon carries.
Gain
1
every yard. That's it.
Stop inside by Broderick Washington. Here's Melissa.
2nd and 9.
Further word from the Bengals medical staff, left tackle Jonah Williams, that right knee, it is taped. He has a brace, as we told you. He is back in the game. Wide receiver T. Higgins, it's his left ankle, and he is questionable. And then for the Ravens, Marcus Williams, their safety, wrist injury. He is doubtful to return. Geno Stone taking his place in the line.
Marcus Williams, who came over, the big deal from New Orleans. Time for the NFL lead in takeaways. Coming into this week.
Green.
2nd and 9, Boyd.
Tyler Boyd.
Through the traffic. Williams throws him
Okay.
down.
Gain of 6. 3rd and 3.
Pepe Williams, the rookie, at the 43-yard line. With 3rd down coming up.
Yeah, I keep expecting them to go after the slot. Pepe Williams there, it's exactly what they did, but that's where they have their inexperience. And now, here comes the crowd. So far in this game, Hayden Hurst has been their best option.
Chase and Peters at the top. Burrow going that way.
Don't.
They
Pass
tangle.
interference.
Flag comes.
Pass interference. Marcus Peters.
Jamar Chase and Marcus Peters in a battle there. There was a little bit of hesitation. It might have caused the contact.
Pass interference. Defense number 24.
Good call.
Ball be placed at the spot of the foul.
That's a good call.
Automatic first down.
Fans see it. Disagree. You decide.
Well, first of all, it was a great release here by Chase. He's going to get on the good side of Marcus Peters. And then he does a little hesitate and go down the field. Peters' head is turned back around.
That's not no pass
Feet get
interference.
tangled.
That's not pass interference.
And that was the call.
That's not pass
And
interference.
there's a jersey hold, but the tangled feet is not pass interference.
That's not pass interference.
To the 38, first down, Cincinnati. Burrow wants that snap.
At the
To
Nixon.
Mixon with some space. Goes inside.
4-yard
yards.
gain.
Malik Harrison, the third-year man out of Ohio State. With the tackle as we approach the halfway mark of this third quarter. Only points of the quarter, the Tucker field goal.
I can't help but think about Wink Martindale just a little bit, the former defensive coordinator. And in fairness, the Bengals had big days against them last year, but I don't think he ran this much zone defense in his entire career here in Baltimore.
Nixon.
We're on the give. Mixon accelerates into that secondary. And a first down at the 23-yard line. So
First down. Mixon getting
now
going,
to
man.
9 carries,
Mixon killing me on the other
yards.
side of this fantasy football
Cincinnati
thing,
run
too,
game that
man.
was
Good.
non-existent in the first quarter, showing signs of life.
And this is what you have to get this defense out of. And the only way to do it is to run the football. And now the Bengals are getting that running game going just a bit. And a lot of that's going to depend on Tyler Boyd. In the slot, he's going to have to be able to come down and make some of those blocks.
Burrow.
Damn. Still behind you.
Again, it's Peters, and they're in a battle over there on a regular basis.
Every single time
I'm
that they've
surprised
gone to a single high
Marlon
defense,
Humphreys ain't lined up
every
on Chase.
single time they're going to try and get that ball out to Jamar Chase. I mean, they don't care who the cornerback is. They don't. The minute you show just a little bit of it, that's where Joe's going.
You see a game like this, makes you appreciate how good and how valuable T. Higgins is.
No doubt.
Missing him about 10
P-Ryan.
snaps, that was it. P-Ryan on the run. 20-yard line.
3rd and 6.
Set up third down at about 6 with 6.5 to go. Both of these teams 2-2 as you see Higgins with the helmet on, but just standing on the sideline.
Over the years, this has been Tyler Boyd time. When you really need that first down, move the chains. Here he comes. He's the inside guy on the slot.
3rd and 6.
3rd and 6, 5 of the pattern for Burrow. High, P. Ryan brought it down, got the first down, but the flag is down.
What's that going to do?
And let's see if this drive will keep going.
He had Jamar Chase open,
Far
too.
sideline. About 10 yards from the line of scrimmage. 9 yards, beg your pardon.
Legal use of hands. Hands to the face on the defense, number 24. At penalties decline. First down.
That's Marcus Peters, and Cincinnati's in the red zone.
This boy's a dummy,
Yeah,
man.
Marcus Peters, he's a battler.
I'll tell you that now.
Really
This boy's
is.
Why
He
is my
likes
camera
getting
like
into the
that?
fist
What's
fights.
going
You
on
can
here?
see the shot to the face. Good call there. Tyler Boyd was the one that really was running wide open on that play.
How that look?
Had a chance for a big play in the middle of the field.
Chase is on the opposite side now. Bottom of your screen. Peters up at the top. Dropping back in the zone.
Jason
Chase
Peters.
gets it on the left
Oh,
side.
my goodness.
Down.
Good play.
Very good play by Pepe Williams.
Good play.
His
Good play.
real first name is Demarion. He prefers Pepe, has an electric personality that has been one that has made an impact on this Ravens team. 4th-round pick rookie out of Houston.
Yeah, you really have to give Williams a chance to come out here and make this block by cutting back inside of that block. Those big tackles, they only have one chance. Assume he saw Owe coming out there as well.
All right, 2nd and 11 for the Cincinnati Bengals. Empty set.
It's taken up about 6 minutes. Burrow, pressure, escapes. Burrow throws to the
Hayden
sideline
Hurst.
as he gets hit as he throws. It's complete to Hayden Hurst.
A 4 or 5 yard game.
A little bit of yards back to make it 3rd and more manageable.
3rd and 6.
I tell you, the great ones just know. They know when you're leaving an edge open, and nobody's going to confuse Joe Burrow for Lamar, right? I mean, it's just not going to happen.
But
that wasn't bad. They look like
3rd and 5. Burrow looking left. Throwing left to Hurst.
Pass interference. I saw that. That's pass interference all day.
Never gave Hurst a chance to catch the ball.
Yeah, that's pass interference all
And
day.
it's going to be a first down for Cincinnati.
Pass interference. Defense number 14.
That's passing. If I saw that, that was easy to see.
First down.
rules are just so different in the NFL. You want to get physical. Hamilton's a big guy. He can guard a tight end. No question about it.
Yeah,
but
he just pushed him.
once you get down the field, that sort of contact is just a no-go in this
Yeah, he
league.
just pushed him. Hope they don't
So
give it to
take it
Mixon, man.
Inside the 10-yard
I don't
line,
need
first and
Mixon to score no
goal
touchdown.
for Cincinnati at the 2. Burrow pulls it, throws it towards Hurst, who said he was being held by Chuck Clark as he was trying to get free. Seeing the play to be second down, and every snap somebody's complaining it's getting tight in a good division battle.
Yeah, going to get the pick coming down there, but Chuck Clark's been around. He knew what was coming. Everybody was pulling and tugging and cheating, and that's just the way it goes down here.
Terry McCauley watching.
All right,
the studio
second
says
down,
there's no
second and
call
goal
by
from
the
the 2.
officials on that one.
Jamar
Second and
Chase
goal.
up top.
Burrow looking up top, chasing motion. Flipping to Jamar, a little Philly special. Here is Boyd.
Wow, Peters. Wow, Peters. Good play, Peters. Good play.
Threw it last week at a 23-yard completion.
Oh, good play.
Terrific high school athlete, played all over the place. Looked to throw there, but Peters
Good
said,
play.
I got you here.
Marcus Peters has been
Good way to blow that up.
tremendous tonight, but give
He tried to
this
run the
Ravens
Philly special
defense credit. They saw
and
Joe
mucked it
Burrow
all
trying
up.
to get out. They had him covered. There was nowhere for Boyd to go.
Third and long.
So 3rd and goal for the 14. Places
3rd and long.
empty. 5 in the pattern. Underneath. Chase, can he get there?
Nope.
Fighting. Gets
Short.
down to the 2-yard line. Let's see if we kick the field goal and tie the game up. 3:20 to go.
Oh, boy.
Oh, they going for
Zach's
it.
looking at the play card.
4th and
That's
2.
the
They
way
going
played
for
in
it.
the Super Bowl too. So, I mean, basically, you got these plays, right? You work 2-point conversions all the time. So they have something they like here.
Wow.
But they usually have T. Higgins in there to run.
4th and 2.
2 to the left, 2 to the right.
No, they're not going to run it.
Vixen's the back. They empty it out, 4th and goal. Burrow rolls, looks to throw it.
That's a terrible play. That's a terrible play. What is that?
Defense was all over it, and they stopped the Bengals.
What kind of play is that?
Zach Taylor wants to know if there's any
That was stupid.
15 plays.
That was stupid.
Nothing.
That was stupid, man. I can't. I don't understand that one. Yeah, I don't understand that play call, man. Like all the trickery and all that. Just throw it to Jamar Chase, man, or give it to Mixon. Let him run it up right behind that O-line. But they should have kicked the field goal at this point. So after that horrendous play call, Bengals turn it over on downs. So Baltimore get the ball on their own 2-yard line. So we'll see what they do with the ball once they get it back. But that was a terrible play call. I mean, just take the field goal, man. Just take the field goal. There's no need to try to prove who nutsack is bigger. Just take the field goal. I was trying to figure out why the kids was up. I forgot they ain't got school tomorrow. Oh, the Mets lost? Damn, the Mets lost. Wow. The New York Mets lost. Unreal. That's a terrible collapse.
By Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, the ultimate weapon is Team. Rated M for mature. Rated G for good. Crab cakes, any style you want here in Baltimore. 95. Ravens take over at their own 2-yard line.
Yep, first and 10.
The Bengals at the end of that 8-minute drive, trying to run it out of the end zone.
Nice.
Dobbins will take it to
4-yard gain.
Lyle Collins was
2nd and
having a
6.
discussion with his coach. You just wonder if he was supposed to be the one that was leading this play up through the hole. Instead, he turned back to block. And then there was nobody on the other side really to end up picking that up. And there is Zach Taylor saying, come here. I got to tell you something. But I'll say this, Mike. It's one thing when Patrick Mahomes or Lamar Jackson goes out in that play and then does that pass. And it's quite another with Joe Burrow.
Number 6, Lamar Jackson throwing from out of his own end zone, incomplete.
Goodness, Lamar.
Mark Andrews. And by the way, all that jostling inside with the intended receiver down there, Stanley Morgan, was all at or behind the line of scrimmage. So it was actually a really well officiated stretch those last couple of plays, although there's, of course, the angst of the fans back in Cincinnati and here in the building.
You know how sometimes I get animated and move my hands up here?
I wasn't going to say it.
I just pitched my telestrator pen into the hair of this fine person right in front of me. I apologize. I swear I do.
Meanwhile,
Third
it's
and 6 for the Ravens.
3rd and 6 at the 6. No, he's back on side. Nobody moved. No free play. Jackson
Good pass. Good pass.
First down, Mark Andrews.
Good pass.
To the 26-yard
Good
line.
pass, Lamar.
Gain of 20 for the outstanding tight end out of Oklahoma.
Nice job by Lamar Jackson. He understood because this blitz was coming, you were going to get support coming from the other side, and yet he knew exactly where it was, and they go right inside of it. So that is a veteran tight end in Mark Andrews, a veteran quarterback in Lamar Jackson. They executed off that slot blitz perfectly.
Here's the lone touchdown
1st and 10 after good completion by the Ravens.
And fellow Baltimore draftee Hayden Hurst has the lone touchdown for Cincinnati. Lamar keeping.
Good run, Lamar.
Good first down run.
7-yard gain. Good run.
He's been quiet in the running game here tonight. At just his 5th carry, he has 22 yards. 7 of them coming there.
So we've been talking about Sam Hubbard, and his role is to really try to protect this edge. So now they're changing up, and let's take it inside Sam Hubbard and get some people in front of him to lead block. So that is when Lamar Jackson, when he starts those inside runs, now you have the dilemma.
Final half minute, 3rd quarter. 2nd and 3 is Jackson keeping again, eluding his own
good run.
Eluding the Bengals.
Good run.
First down.
Good run. 1st and 10. Good run.
I'll bring this 3rd quarter to an end. So back into the Lamar Jackson run playbook for a couple. We get the first down there. We'll switch sides. We'll get the end of the 3rd quarter. Hey, down there, can you get me Chris's pen that he threw? I'll get to him during the break. After 3, Ravens 13, Bengals 10. Making friends everywhere. Sunday Night Football.
All right, that's the end of the 3rd quarter. Baltimore up 13-10. Cincinnati just blew a golden opportunity just to put 3 points on the board, just to keep it close. And they came with a trash can play call. It was terrible and was doomed from the start. So Lamar Jackson, the Ravens, they're driving. Once they come back from commercial break, it'll be 1st and 10. We'll see what they can do with it. See if they can go ahead and put the nail in the coffin. They could have did it earlier, man. If Lamar had hit one of those 2 touchdowns he missed deep.
Original limited series, A Friend of the Family. It's based on a true story. The series stars Anna Paquin, Jake Lacey, Colin Hanks. Stream it now. Only on Peacock. back in Baltimore, fourth quarter. Mike Tirico, Chris Collinsworth, Melissa Stark, and our friends down here. We were trying to work with them earlier. We're sorry about Chris.
I thought I landed it right in that guy's hair, but he said no.
He didn't mean to throw it.
No.
But if we can get it back, it would be great. We got a long season to go. Fourth quarter begins with 1st and 10 for Lamar, the 36.
Oh, good pass. Good pass.
Inbounds, a catch at the 45-yard line. A gain of 19.
That was a great throw.
Great pass. That was a great pass.
Over the top of a couple of linebackers and short
And
of
got
that
hit.
corner. This is what Lamar can do so well. While getting hit, dropped it in between all three defenders. Perfectly done.
You see the Jackson numbers on the night. Mike Davis out of the backfield. Lamar taken off. Oh, grabbed by the leg before he could escape.
He gained the one.
Carter,
He tried to take off. Somebody
Florida.
grabbed him by the leg.
Yeah, let's take a look at Lamar Jackson and what he's doing as a thrower here. First of all, watch these mechanics. A very quick and easy release. You can see how tight that is. And we end up timing these things quite a bit. And his is as fast as you name whoever you want in the NFL. That is a quick release, a quick guy, and those are some of the top names in all of football. So is it relevant? You bet it is.
Play clock running down. Says 0. Gets the snap off. Runs to the right.
Good line. He calling his own number a lot too.
Just a couple of yards on this carry. Let's give him 3. We'll have 3rd and 7 coming up. 90 seconds into this final frame. The difference in the game, the 58-yard field goal by Justin Tucker early in the 3rd. And then Zach Taylor got down to the 2. Chose not for the time field goal. Went for it and was stopped.
But one of the reasons you go for it on the 2 is you think you're going to get the ball back. They're going to have to punt out of their own end zone. So give the Ravens
all right, 3rd and 7.
This drive off their own end.
Kenyon Drake stays into block. Jackson retreats.
Good pass. Good catch.
It's Andrews again. Mark Andrews having a big second half.
He balling right now too.
Once again, the Bengals bring the pressure, and Lamar has the answer. So they're going to try and bring pressure in these long yardage situations, thinking that they can get to him before Andrews gets to their defensive backs. That time did not happen. Working against Trey Flowers.
Game stopped for a moment as the Ravens have their athletic training staff coming out to check on an injury. It's Tyler Linderbaum, their rookie center out of Iowa.
Center.
We'll step out for a moment.
Or a little slight injury to the center. So once they come back from commercial break, Ravens, it'll be 1st and 10 for the Ravens.
for the Irish in Las Vegas over BYU last night. And it's the Cardinal of Stanford coming to South Bend. College football's cathedral next Saturday night, 7:30 Eastern. Jack Collinsworth and Jason Garrett will have it for you on NBC and Peacock. And speaking of Notre Dame, John Harbaugh's daughter Allison is on Notre Dame's women's lacrosse team. They're playing fall ball now, get their season going in the spring, so that works out. And John's able to see his daughter in action for the Fighting Irish women's lacrosse team. Linderbaum, the center, out. Tristan Cologne's first snap of the season. Back to Jackson. Nobody open. Chased by Wilson.
Good pass.
Anyway.
Good
One more
pass.
time, Devin Duvernay.
Second and short.
Right at the marker.
Same strategy they've been doing. Now it's going to be Logan Wilson, who's going to be the spy, and then he's going to come blitzing late. But Lamar Jackson holding this ball as long as he could makes the perfect throw on the run.
Duvernay, 5 catches, 54 yards. That was just enough for the first down.
Good run. Good run.
Uses a little power.
Good run, Drake.
16-yard line, flag down back in the
No.
secondary.
Okay. Defensive holding.
Holding.
Mhm.
Defense number 95. That 5-yard penalty will be added to the end of the run and an automatic first down.
That's
Nice.
on Zach Carter, the rookie out of Florida, and the rookie center for the Ravens.
Nice.
Linderbaum is back in the game.
Baltimore in the red zone. They're looking good.
Won the Remington Award as the top center in college football last year. And as so often is the case with good interior lineman, a terrific high school wrestler back in the day. They like him so far. Play 12 of this Ravens drive. Jackson pulls
Oh
it
my
down,
God.
deflected in the air by Pratt. And Jackson uses his body to make sure
Pass
Pratt
was
doesn't have a
batted down.
chance to come up with the deflection and
Second
the
and
interception.
10. That's a good heads
Really
up
good
play.
job that time by Jermaine Pratt. He knew there's no way he's actually tackling Lamar Jackson back there. So he gets his hands up. Again, they come with that 6-man pressure, man-to-man all over the field. And look at Lamar. He's going to try and knock him off of that pass. That's a smart play by Lamar Jackson.
If anybody's going to work hard to make sure it's not an interception, it's going to be the quarterback who threw it. He wasn't going to get there anyway. 2nd and 10. Jackson, option, fake the pitch, moving inside.
Nice.
He gets to the 8-yard line. So we don't see Jackson running between the tackles a bunch. But when it's crunch time, when you need it, he goes there.
Yeah, and
We're
where they
3-yard
want
game,
to run
3rd
is
and
against
7.
Trey Hendrickson. Sam Hubbard's pretty good against that option play on the other side, but
3rd
Trey
and 6,
Hendrickson,
I'm
they don't even
sorry.
block
3rd
him
and
this
6.
time. That's exactly what they were looking for. Let's try and isolate him and see what Lamar can do. But now 3rd down. Most of this game, when we've gotten to this situation, the Bengals have brought pressure, played man-to-man coverage on the back end. They've been burned by it so far in this game. Let's see what they do here.
Andrews has been the go-to guy along with Duvernay. Lamar gets it out to Isaiah Lively, the rookie tight end. Can he get there? He's fighting.
He's short. He's short. 3 yards short. Go for it.
Will he take the points,
Yes.
which he didn't last week?
I'm going to say, oh, they're going for it. They're at least going to go hard down here.
The official told him to get back there. He wanted to come down and see how close is it. It was such a big story, the analytics and all that of going for it last week when they did against Buffalo.
Yeah, and we were kind of
Nah, he was
talking
definitely
about
short.
it with John, and he said, don't expect it to be too much. They're going, nope, let's see.
He's thinking about a timeout. He's running down there. Again, underneath center is Andrews. They fake it. Flag is thrown for the delay of game, and Tucker will come on for the field goal.
Oh, man. God damn it, man.
Delay game on the offense. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
Analytics opens yourself up to criticism. Do you go for it? Do you not go for it? With access to the results, it's easy to say, no, you shouldn't have gone for it. When you look at all the analytics numbers, and there's the analytics brain trust for the Ravens.
Bunch of damn
with a couple of them on the
nerds
field
running
before
some
the game.
numbers. Come on, analytics.
The numbers.
They all got
every
on glasses
source you look
too.
at
Just like
pointed
some
to
damn
last week
nerds.
being the right decision.
Damn
Chris.
analytics.
Yeah, it was. mathematically, but
to go for it.
Then you don't have to go. Those guys don't have to go into the press conference and explain it, right? And that has a lingering effect.
So Justin Tucker, with what for him is a relatively easy 25 yards.
Nice, all right.
Rockets it through, and the lead 6. 42 in the fourth. Good game.
All right, so Baltimore couldn't punch in the end zone, so he decided to kick the field goal. Mr. Automatic, Justin Tucker knocks it in. So the score is now 16 Baltimore, Cincinnati 10. So once we come back from our commercial break, Cincinnati go ahead and the Ravens kick the ball off to Cincinnati, and we'll see what they can do. The run was definitely working. He came out and threw a damn interception. The first play of the second half, Joe Burrow did. And then on that second drive, they got down to the 2-yard line, 4th down, and ran some real goofy pitch play to the receiver, and it just didn't look good. So we'll see if they can go ahead and get back on track and just go ahead and continue to run the ball effectively like they were.
Walked out of this stadium 5 straight times was lost.
This looks like a team that doesn't know how to win and know how to finish.
Tired of hearing Harbaugh say, well, how the analytics this and analytics that. Take the points.
I have a hard time looking at this team as a serious contender.
5 home losses, all tight games,
Crazy.
Decisions involved. Those bring those types of calls to sports radio locally. Here are the current chance of winning percentages after that field goal. The Ravens 77% as they take the points and take a 6-point lead, and the Bengals sit at 23%. And 100% sure the winner here leads the AFC North after 5 weeks.
Yeah, how about
lost
that, right?
Pittsburgh cleaned out up in Buffalo. So a chance to get a length up for one of these two teams here. Touchback on the Tucker kickoff. They'll take off at the 25-yard line. You deal with the analytics a lot and like to delve into these numbers. This is a fascinating world for coaches, and every week leaves us one that you can second guess right away.
You know, it's just a hard situation because everybody grew up on a certain kind of football.
Yeah.
That you take the lead in certain times and you don't understand, you leave it on the 2-yard line and what that might mean for the next drive. Do they have to punt? Then you can score a touchdown the next. All that stuff is part of it until it goes wrong. And then you're the one left all alone at that podium trying to explain it.
If this game ends up
1st and 10 for the
17-16,
Bengals.
right? The questions begin. Here's Mixon on the ground, trying to get things going,
God, man.
fighting for extra yards. That's a gain of 7 yards for Joe Mixon to start.
Throw the ball, bro.
Now, the ironic part is that Harbaugh may get second guess for not going for that one.
There.
Right?
Yep. Last Cincinnati drive was 15 plays. Down to the Baltimore 2 and got stopped going for it. And Baltimore responds
2nd and 3 for
to get 3
the Bengals.
People ask Zach Taylor, why didn't you take the 3 when you were down there last time?
That's what I said. Take the damn 3.
2nd and 3. And it's Mixon. He's
Oh
on the
my
left side
goodness.
this time.
No.
Joe Mixon with a first down.
I don't need Joe Mixon to start going off.
Met
Please.
his offensive line and just told him we've got to be better
Goodness.
than what we're doing under 3 yards a carry. They've been better from the second quarter on here tonight.
Yeah, and Joe Mixon's doing better too. Watch him set this up to bounce it, to force this edge down inside and really help Jonah Williams block. And a good block on the outside from all those receivers. So far tonight, the Bengals really look better running the ball than they do passing, which is a complete flip on everything people think in Cincinnati.
1st and 10 for the Bengals.
Jason Pierre-Paul ran off the field after that snap. From the 42, Burrow throws it, and it's not
Pass
down.
batted down again.
Good job up front. Brent Urban, the veteran.
This is crazy.
Out of UVA, former Virginia Cavalier, got that.
Well, it's also one of the things that makes it tough when you're a quarterback that's used to throwing deep, and now you're throwing all these underneath passes, and now the defensive line knows as well they're probably not going to get the sack. So get your hands up, and they are having an impact.
Samaje Perine in, 2nd and 10. And Burrow, 5 coming this way, throws it sideline. Chases.
Lamar Chase, Marlon Humphrey.
The veteran Marlon Humphrey. Flag down, though. Defensive holding coming against the Ravens on the opposite side of the field.
Marcus Peters.
Prior pass, holding, defense number 22.
22. That might be the slot guy.
That's the rookie Pepe Williams.
Yeah, and it's what you have to do, right? I mean, they've already seen Kyle Hamilton get one. Now you go after another rookie on the outside with your veteran receiver in the slot. So that's what you do. I mean,
Yeah, you gotta let him go. Let him go. Let him go.
And you try to attack the youngest members of the other team. It's been going on since the history of the NFL.
9 penalties last week for Baltimore.
And the Bengals might be in an illegal formation here.
47, Perine runs up the middle for
Perine run hard, man. I like how he run.
the Ravens side at the 49-yard line.
A 4-yard game.
If you look right down the line here, you could see that Jamar Chase was on the line of scrimmage, and there's the tight end, right? That is an illegal formation. No call. The Bengals catch a break.
Yeah, they got away with one.
Again, no T. Higgins, that terrific second receiver. Slowed by an ankle, haven't seen him much since the second quarter. Halfway through the fourth quarter, it's quick to Jamar Chase. Got a block from Boyd. Has the first down at the 40 as Geno Stone trying to rip the ball out of the arms of the strong second-year man out of LSU.
Yeah, and Jamar Chase,
That's a good
we've been
play.
talking a little bit to Marlon Humphrey and other guys. You can tell that he got their attention last year with his powerful legs. He's built like a running back, and he has the ability to take hits as people go down the field. We saw Marcus Peters earlier, and
First
just
and
run
10.
right through it. We saw it in the Super Bowl.
They ain't got
as
Joe
well.
Mixon back in the game, do they?
Powerful guys.
He killing my fantasy team right now.
5 catches, just 31 yards, as you see.
Oh my
Good
God.
spit by Mixon. Patrick Queen tackles him. Not going to let him get that extra yard.
2-3 yard game.
Life with 6:40 to go. Trying to get to that point where you're down to the last drive or two of this one.
Fourth quarter,
Struggles, we said, for
6:30 left.
224 yards on 82 carries, so the low average, but not tonight.
They're staying with that zone defense. They're not coming out of it.
Second and 7, here comes the blitz. Picked up, Burrow throws, complete, and it's just
Marlon Humphreys
first
and
down
Jamar Chase. Good catch by
Check
Chase.
the mark here. Marlon Humphrey was there.
Third
on the
and
tackle.
short.
It's just so hard for the official to mark because they're 5 or 6 yards away. Looks like he's marked just short.
Yep.
Zone
Third and one.
defense, but played differently. This time they bring the inside linebackers and drop the outside backers. Just a little different look that time, but Joe Mixon picked it up.
Nice. 3rd and 1.
Here's one that if they try to play man, you could take a deep shot.
3rd and
knowing
1.
You were going to go for it on 4th down.
They running the ball. They're going to Joe Mixon all the way.
Marlon Humphrey.
Play
Burrow
action.
might do just that. Play action. He'll check it down. Boyd's going to get the
Tyler
first down.
Boyd.
Turn it upfield.
Nice.
Little savvy
Good run.
move. Looked like he was going to
Exactly.
check out of bounds.
Good run after
Turned it
catch.
up, got 7 more yards. First down Bengals as we hit the 5-minute mark in the fourth.
It was exactly what Joe Burrow was going to do. Marlon Humphrey, though, one-on-one on the outside on Jamar Chase. Had perfect coverage, had to check it down. Humphrey's no dummy. He knew exactly what was coming, too, once he was one-on-one. Had him pinned into the boundary. Nice job by him, but even better by Joe Burrow to find that check down.
The 23-yard line, shotgun run. And
Good way to stuff him.
3,
4 yard
here,
gain.
4.5
Take
to
that.
go. Each team's got a full bucket of timeouts.
4.5
Down
left
the stretch here.
in the game.
Winner leads the division. These two teams play again the last week of the season, week 18 in Cincinnati.
Where the time clock is an interesting element here, isn't it?
Yep.
Because conceivably with those timeouts for Cincinnati, even if you don't make it, you could kick the field goal. Or do you want to try and bleed out this clock so Baltimore doesn't get a chance?
2nd and 5.
From the 18, Burrow. And check it down again, and Mixon is stopped.
Yeah, a half a yard
Lee
gain.
Harrison, they're trying to find an
Not
inside
too
guy, an
crazy.
outside guy, at linebacker. Whatever he is, he made a play there, and here we go with 3rd down.
Yeah, I really think that Tyler Boyd is the guy. Once they clear out the zone in there, that time Tyler Boyd had a chance to pick up that first down underneath. To some extent, you wonder how much Joe Burrow is thinking about this team playing this much zone.
All right, 3rd and 5. Let's see if Cincinnati can convert.
3 others to the right, including the former Raven, Hayden Hurst, who has a touchdown tonight. 3rd and 5 to Chase.
Oh, good
Got it.
defense.
Chase
Good
working
catch.
on Humphrey inside
Damn,
the
good
5. First and goal,
catch.
Cincinnati. The money combination comes up big.
Yeah, I mean, you
That
couldn't
was a
do
back
nothing with it.
shoulder throw that was left inside, like one of those hanging inside curveballs that get hit out of the park. But look at Chase going back inside to make that play. That is one outstanding catch in the clutch. That has been some battle outside there today.
First and goal, 2:45 on the turning clock.
They got Mixon back
Manages
in.
the clock.
I do not
Down the
need
stretch.
Mixon scoring right now.
Touchdown for the lead for Cincinnati. It's Mixon dancing inside the 5 to the goal line. And they mark him short initially. Down judge came in right away and had him short. 25 to go. The Bengals take this down to the 2-minute warning. First a look if he broke the plane.
He was
Knee
down.
down there.
Good call.
Looks like the ball is short.
Good call.
It's close. It's close. Let me
That's
take that
really
back. Let me
close.
take that back. Yeah.
Good call. You can't see
Closer
the
than I
ball.
thought it was. We're going to let it run down to the 2-minute warning. Because the play happened on the fat side of the 2-minute warning, it doesn't get automatically reviewed. So they'd have to challenge it if they want to look at it. 2 minutes left. Ravens by 6. Bengals.
All right, 2-minute warning, man. 2-minute warning. I do not need Joe Mixon scoring a touchdown right now. That's worst case scenario for me. But 2-minute warning. Cincinnati, 2nd and goal from the half-yard line. Is about to come down, to crunch time, as we expected. So definitely gonna be a good finish. Hold on, I'll be right back. Right back. All right, we back. We back. So once they come back from the 2-minute warning, like I said, Cincinnati Bengals is 2nd and goal from the half-yard line. So we'll see if they'll try to punch it in with Joe Mixon. If they'll try something weird and fancy. Yep, here we go.
Real coverage from Baltimore, brought to you by Geico. By Tirico, Chris Collinsworth, Baltimore's own Melissa Stark, and Terry McCauley. Great tight end of the game here. We looked at all those replays in break. Nothing definitive to say Mixon broke the plane. Looked like he was just short. So no challenge for the Bengals. 2 minutes left. Ball is less than a yard from the goal line. The Bengals end another long drive with a go-ahead score. Burrow will be pushed in and is in for the touchdown.
QB sneak.
Wilcox, the tight end, was behind him. Wouldn't let Calais Campbell stop him.
QB sneak.
Joe Burrow has tied the game.
All right, so Joe Burrow with the QB sneak. It's about to get real for Baltimore now.
In the NFL, we were going to see this. Let's just be obvious about it. We know we're scrumming. Let's just put a guy right back there, and it made the difference on that play. We see those scrums move the line of scrimmage. You don't always want your star quarterback up there.
Let's go, Lamar. Let me see
But
something.
it worked there.
Let me see something, Lamar.
Evan McPherson on for the extra point. Let's see. Is this getting looked at by New York?
Timer. Please reset the game clock to 1 minute, 59 seconds. And give me 20 seconds on the play clock, please.
Tampa Bay folks know all about that ruling now. The play clock getting reset to 20 after a try. So I guess that play only took 1 second for him to break the plane. Although the call came 5 or 6 seconds after when the whistle was finally blown and the signal for touchdown. So I understand why the timer ran it down to 1:53.
But isn't it ironic that John Harbaugh is going to be second guessed on both sides of the same decision? I mean, that's just the nature of the beast. It really is, because it can go either way, but they're going to have plenty of time to go kick the game winner if they can.
The clock is reset to 1:58. Here's Evan McPherson for the lead. Snap was high. And this one is good.
Okay, they gave it to him.
Ruled good. You cannot look at it if it goes above the height of the goalpost.
Wow.
And they say the McPherson kick is good.
It went over the
Cincinnati
goalpost.
gets its first lead of the game.
It went over the
Brought it
goalpost.
down.
God,
One
mercy.
right over the top, which means it is good.
Yeah, that
1
is
point
good.
lead.
Yeah. All right, so Cincinnati finally take the lead. 17-16. Joe Burrow QB sneak. So Lamar Jackson got about a buck, he'll have about a minute 50 to go ahead and make something happen. So it's plenty of time. Plenty of time. And we've actually seen Lamar Jackson in this position before, especially a couple games last year before he actually got hurt. So once they come back from commercial break, Cincinnati be kicking the ball off to Baltimore. We'll see Lamar Jackson, see if he can go to work on his defense.
Sunday Night Football is brought to you
We
by
back.
AT&T 5G, fast, reliable, and secure. And by Toyota, let's go places. From Marlon Humphrey, Geno Stone, and the Ravens. They were out at the high school game when Howard beat Glenelg 24-14. Some Friday Night Lights with an NFL addition to it in the stands. So 1 point lead, Cincinnati. Terry McCauley, bring you in here. Why is this one good?
The entire ball has to be inside the outside edge of the upright extended. And this shot here is about as good as I've ever seen. It appears that it actually is.
It's a touchback here. The ball's at 25. So again, it's inside the outside edge. And Terry, the official is standing right under that outside edge to look straight up.
He is. It's the only place in the world that you actually know when it crosses that plane. And I think they absolutely, this is a good field goal, a good extra point.
I'm going to tell you what, though. I know doinks. That would have been a doink, a solid doink that came right back at the Bengals.
That's right. That's exactly right. And it's not reviewable if it is over the top of the goalpost. So all that is history. This is
Let me see something, Lamar.
0. Here they come.
And here's Lamar getting it out to
Mark Andrews.
Tight end bowls over at Mike Hilton for a gain of 6.
All out blitz by the Bengals, straight man coverage, no help whatsoever, and they go to the screen instead of taking the shot down the field.
143.
Maybe because they missed a few of those shots earlier.
All 3 timeouts. Lamar out quick.
Right to Mark Andrews. He open.
At the 40-yard line here. Bengals are saying, hey, is that our ball? They
127.
It's not.
First and 10.
Forward progress was ruled. Forward progress. First down.
Okay, so it won't be reviewed because forward progress was ruled as Pratt tried to extricate the ball from Andrews' grasp. Forward progress, a good call there. First and 10. Lamar trying to escape. Here he goes to the 45-yard line. Use a timeout here. Let's see. Yeah, he will. Harbaugh will take a timeout. At 1:06, 2 remaining.
All right, Mike, let's take a look at our next-gen stats powered by AWS. We talked about some of those throws that were missed. Now, this was a tough one, 25% probability over the top. They missed that one. That would have changed the game. This one was not so tough. 65% probability of hitting that one to Wallace down the field, and no. So they had their opportunities, and now they have to do it with 1:06.
And the cloud looming over this is twofold. On the Cincinnati side, it's Justin Tucker, the best kicker we've seen in the NFL, especially with the long field goals. On the Baltimore side, it's 5 straight losses at home last year in this. All those losses by 4 points or less. Historic stuff. Haven't seen that in the NFL. And on top of that, the last 2 home losses. Up 21 and lost. Up 17 and lost. Tonight, the lead was 10-0.
3 timeouts.
So Scott Novak making an announcement about Baltimore getting a timeout back there and 3 timeouts instead of being charged with one there.
Wow.
Only need about 10 yards to at least have a chance. The Justin Tucker field goal.
Okay, there was a review on the last play for 12 players on the field.
Enforcing that foul for 12 players on the defense. I need 1 minute, 10 seconds on the game clock. 1:10.
Oh, okay. It was a penalty.
All right, so 12 players on the field. No flag was thrown. Caught in review. Here's the quick look. The player was running off. So that's why the timeout is gone. The clock gets reset with a little more time, and we're back to 1:10.
But the more time may actually help the Bengals in the long run more than it helps the Ravens. We'll see.
Lamar Jackson keeps it running between the tackles. On the move, Jackson to the outside into field goal range at the 35-yard line. When you
Need that.
Dial them up for 20.
Mike,
Need
they
that.
showed that all-out blitz, but then they're all going to turn around. Lamar sees it and just chases them down the field. It's
Need
really
that.
a great decision that time by Lamar Jackson.
And like you said, using the timeouts, timeout Cincinnati. Great pull of the ball there by Jackson.
Well, I tell you what, this has been some game back and forth.
And this is what you were talking about, Chris. And Cincinnati could be in the same situation Baltimore was in last week, where you become powerless to
Lamar
stop
taking
it at
the game
end, and
over.
the Ravens might be able to
He's
milk
taking the
clock
game
down and
over
leave it
right
on the right
now.
foot of Tucker, depending on the timeout usage, and one more Baltimore first down.
But regardless, now you have a decision for Lou Anarumo. Do you come trying to knock them out of field goal range, or is it more important that you
He's
keep them
gripping,
from
too.
the first down so your timeouts can keep you in the game?
Kenny Drake is the running
First
back.
and 10.
The 36, Drake will run.
Good run.
The 2-yard line. Cincinnati takes its second
Good
time.
run.
52 seconds left.
Well, we thought it might come down to these kickers, and so far we've got the one undoinked that went over the upright, and then Justin Tucker. Looks like it's going to be on him.
Cincinnati called timeout. They got one left. 52 seconds left.
When he was
Second and
warming
6.
up today when we were watching.
It's rare to see him miss 6 field goals, mostly from the left hash in warm-ups. With the 32-yard line with one timeout, run a play, it takes 5 seconds or 6. Bengals take the timeout, and Baltimore's going to have most control of the clock to almost leave Cincinnati with nothing. 2nd and 6. Jackson will run between the tackles.
Yeah, Lamar.
Short of the first down. Bengals take
Yeah, Lamar.
that last timeout with 46 seconds. The third down, they run a play, and Baltimore might be able to kick it with 0-0 on the clock, and they're managing the clock and doing all those machinations right now. It's Randy Brown, who is the kicking coach, kicking consultant for the Ravens. He and John Harbaugh
3rd and
talked
1.
over the specifics of exactly all of that.
Just based on what we saw in pregame, if you're deciding which side you'd rather run it to, probably want to go right here.
They can't get the first down. Just a yard away, and Jackson keeping it again, and he's got it.
Nice. First down.
26-yard
Lamar
line.
Jackson.
And now the Ravens can run it down and kick whatever they like. Cincinnati cannot stop it. It'll be on the right foot of the 5-time All-Pro, Justin Tucker. Lamar Jackson asking the sideline, what do you want to do here? We're going to take a timeout. How are we going to handle this? The clock runs all the way down here, and you see the Ravens will take it down. And just leave one snap for Tucker.
Arguably one of the best.
All right, here we go.
Players. Forget positions.
Justin
One of the
Tucker
best football players
coming in to
National
seal the
Football
deal.
League right there. And you can't ask for a better scenario.
Only Matt Prater, 22 of 22 on a lead-changing field goal attempt at the end of the game, has gotten it done. Justin told me this week, talk about all the time we put into it. It's very simple. This is his quote. For me,
That's a good job by
instantaneous
Lamar
review of
Jackson.
my
Way to
work
put it
is
on his
quite
shoulders.
binary. Either the kick is good or it's not good. If it's good,
43-yard
the Ravens
attempt.
win. If it's not, they've lost a sit straight at home.
Really rare to kick right from the middle of the field. Usually you're one hash or the other when you're kicking field goals.
From 43, Nick Moore snaps it. Jordan Stout holds it. Justin
That's it. Justin Tucker. That's it. That's it. Best kicker ever, man. Best kicker ever. Best kicker ever, man. Best kicker ever, man. What you gonna say?
Rivalries over the years in this division have been nasty. There's a lot of respect in this rivalry.
That's a good drive, man. That's a hell of a
Maybe you all
drive.
see each other week 18.
That's a hell of a drive. Let's listen to his
Perhaps with the division on the line.
listen to Lamar Jackson's interview before we close out.
Burrow ran in the go-ahead score inside of 2 minutes, but then they left it to, you can make an argument, the best kicker the NFL has ever seen. We know Adam Vinatieri has the Super Bowl success and all that. When you look at the numbers, hard to find anybody better than Justin Tucker. Zach Taylor knew out of timeouts. Out of my control. And John Harbaugh, who has seen this go the other way a couple of times this year, sees one go his way. Joe Burrow got the score to put his team back on top. But
All right, so I guess we ain't gonna do the interview right now. So, all right, Baltimore wins the game. Baltimore wins the game. 19-17 is the final score. Lamar Jackson with a successful two-minute drill. Justin Tucker knocks it in with 3 seconds left. What more can you ask for, man? Good divisional football. Sunday night football, big game. You know, both quarterbacks showed up when they needed to, but Lamar Jackson had the ball last. So definitely thank you guys for, joining me for this live stream. Long day, long tiring day, but I definitely appreciate all the love and support. Hit the like button, man. Subscribe to the channel. We're going to be doing some things tomorrow. Chiefs Raiders tomorrow, so we'll be on for that. We'll be on also Tuesday too for the Phillies and the Braves. I just got the time. They play at 1:00, so we'll be on at 1:00 for that. But yeah, man, thank you for the support. Thank you for all the love. I'll definitely try to keep posting this content and pumping it out there for you guys and try to build this family. So, that's that. But man, until next time, I appreciate y'all.